already. You don't need to grow football anymore. I think you need to grow the idea that high school football players in Arkansas can go play for the Razorbacks. That's what a generation grew up believing. And I'm not saying it hasn't always been true. The truth is, it has always been that way. But I think the public perception perhaps has changed in that regard. And I think what he's doing there is good. Now, look, if you go out there and you're full of in-state kids and you're, nothing changes, maybe that's not the way to go. But I honestly think, Bart, what he's doing right now, I think long term, I think this benefits a lot of people. I just put it that way.
Hey, it's Bo. Thanks for tuning in. Hang out with Chuck and I every weekday morning from 6 to 9 a.m. live on YouTube or Twitter. Or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I would argue that sometimes a Big Mac is like gourmet, man. I'll take it.
When you're hungry, it's not bad.
If you made me pick a meal, like, hey, you could have anything. Like if I was dying tomorrow, if I'm going to the electric chair, I'm probably gonna have a Big Mac.
No.
Are you
serious? Not a chance.
Tell me something that's better.
You don't go to the electric chair every day. You just don't. It calls for a Big Mac. Really.
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
At my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Bart walked in a moment ago, Bo, and I said, "You look like you're ready to coach third base." I mean, he does. He looks like a third base coach. And Edward said, "No, he looks like a small college wide receivers coach." And but he's got small. Play along with me, Edward. Come on, it's a radio bit. Come on,
little guy.
Play along.
Edward does that.
Come on.
Everything's very literal to Edward.
And
I did not say small.
but
I only say that when referring to Bo.
That's right.
Bo's a small wide receiver. Bart is a tall one.
Bart came bouncing in here, and I thought he looks like he could
school.
wave a runner home.
Bo's not dressed like a wide receiver.
Small college, like small school.
I can just see Bart. Did you come straight from coaching a kid's softball game last night?
No.
You do kind of have that look this morning.
That is
He
how I
looks like
dressed
a
20
coach.
years ago when I was coaching kid
No,
baseball.
I'm not being critical. I'm just saying he walked in, and I thought he's ready to wave somebody home.
I don't know, critical, not critical, but it is what it is.
Bring him in.
You can actually just go the other way. You don't have to.
Well, whatever.
It's easier if you just go underhand with the.
You gotta have flexibility.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to spin.
If you're on third base, you probably want to use the left arm there. Would be better.
I don't know about that.
Well,
the right arm.
No,
Now the left arm is good. He's right. You could use the left arm and use your right arm to
you
point
got
to
a
the
point
guy coming
and
around
then,
second.
Yep, left arm is moving.
And then you got the guy coming around
Would be
second.
my technique. You're looking at the third base right here. You're pointing to home with your right hand, and you're waving in with the left.
This is exactly what I had in mind.
It all started when I didn't say he was short. He was short.
Okay, let's start over.
No. This is the beauty of live radio.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Beauty of live radio.
Gotta leave
Rewind
their
that back.
mics off until
No.
you're done with the bit.
No. Everything was
I'm
fine.
going
Bart
to replay
is-
the open.
Bart's wearing a short sleeve quarter zip pullover jacket, Razorback.
It's gonna rain today.
He's got.
There is rain in the forecast,
Come on,
and I
man.
can't help but notice that is waterproof.
We've all got.
Yes, it's a rain jacket.
Yes, that is.
Except for your forearms.
We all have.
Well,
They're going to be very wet.
We've all got our rain jackets and umbrellas. We just don't have them on right now.
there's a roof. It's called a roof. It protects you from things like rain.
Well, anyhow, you do look like you could fit into practice.
But when I'm walking outside in just a little while, I'm going to put my rain jacket on too.
Just stand outside and see who did it
All
better.
right. Whenever I am coaching a team, none of y'all are invited.
Well, no, we
Not
will
a
be
single
there.
one of you.
I want to see this. I want to see Coach Bart. What's unacceptable? How long does it take to tell the 8-year-olds this is unacceptable?
You were a whistle.
You want to be like those morons in the Big Ten?
It's a bunch of crap.
It's just the worst ever. Anyhow,
Oh,
you look great.
Well.
What's on the docket today?
We got a great show coming
Yeah,
up.
what do we have today?
Stick around. We'll be right back.
What do we have going on today? What do we have?
Matt Hobbs is going to join us
Okay.
in the 7 o'clock hour. Talk about the Razorback baseball team. They are in Hoover this week. They're the 7 seed. They'll play either Tennessee or South Carolina. That game is played today, so we'll know this evening. That game kicks off at 4:30 this afternoon. And then Courtney Deifel, the softball head coach, will join us at 8 o'clock. 5th super regional appearance in Razorback history, all under Courtney Deifel, looking for their first chance or their first trip to Oklahoma City in the Women's College World Series. Also, Kevin Garnett's birthday, in case anybody was interested in that. Andre the Giant.
How
as
old is
well.
Kevin Garnett? How old is he, Chuck? Let's guess.
42.
42 for Kevin Garnett. I'm going to go 43.
He might
think
not
he's
be
in his
that old.
50s.
He is 50 today.
Wow.
I thought I was
The
going to
big
say
ticket is
47, but I
50
wouldn't
today.
have gone to 50.
Wow.
What an old man.
Jeez.
Is he still tall?
He's hunched over. He's a lot more hunched over than he used to be.
That's a tough deal, man. That's I don't know if it's an advantage.
We,
ever
we need to
being short, but
we need to
it's
find. I'll
street class, man.
find it. I'll send it to you, Edward, so we can
Okay.
pull it. We need to find Kevin Garnett just wearing out Craig Sager's outfit. I don't know if you guys remember this, but
I do.
Sager was doing an interview with him, and KG, like the interview ended, and KG was like, hang on, I gotta say something here, and just went on
just
for
went
like
a
a
little
minute
too
and a
far.
half, and just like crushed Craig Sager. He was like, when you get home, take it off, throw it in the fire, like just light it on fire. Don't ever wear that again.
Took it a little too far. That
Craig
night.
Sager.
Craig Sager
wore some,
always wore an outfit.
incredible outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He must have taken it a little too far that night. And
It's hard to
think- I
imagine.
believe it
it's
was-
hard to
I believe
imagine
it
what
was-
a little too far would be.
I
with
believe
some
it
of
was
those
bright
outfits.
pink.
Yeah,
I think.
I believe that. He had a sense for fashion. Andre the Giant, the late Andre the Giant. I met Andre the Giant at John E. Tucker Coliseum in Russellville, Arkansas.
whoa,
Yeah, it was a big moment.
sounds like
I
a
remember
story.
it. I remember it.
sounds like a story. How old were you?
Oh, maybe 15.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, it was a big moment. Big hand, big
Was
guy.
it a wrestling match or was he just doing a meet and greet?
No, it was a wrestling. It was wrestling. Wrestling. 2 S's. And it was it was a big time.
That was back when that was.
This would have been 1978, maybe.
the main event on television, and it's
Yeah.
still the most watched
Isn't that
Sport.
incredible?
sporting event on
Isn't
television.
that incredible? I mean,
It is.
those guys, and I mean, it didn't just start with Vince McMahon. I mean, they've been doing this since the beginning of time, it seems like. And people have always been interested in that.
What would be your wrestling name, Chuck?
I don't know. I think I'd be a manager. I don't think I'd actually be a wrestler. I think I would be the manager. The guy that does the interviews and
Yeah.
interferes in the matches.
Mean Gene
yeah,
Oakland?
well,
You
no,
could be the announcer.
no. I mean like the manager, like Bobby Heenan, that interferes. Make sure the bad guy wins, or then converts to a good guy at some point, and all
I
the
think you'd be a
storylines.
good Mean Gene Oakland. You'd be the guy out there.
I got more to offer than
announcer.
that. I got more to offer.
I mean, you're right in the middle of the narrative.
Yeah,
You're
well,
setting
he
the
is.
narrative.
There's no question. Gene,
that was,
mean Gene. Mean Gene had it going.
So Andre the Giant would have been how old today?
I don't know. I have no idea. 106.
I'm gonna go one
I
below.
don't think that's
Actually, I'm going to go 99.
How old would
What would he be,
he
like
died in
80?
1993.
80?
He would
Be
have been
80?
80 today.
Okay.
Andre the Giant. Well, what a villain.
I mean,
Who are the biggest villains?
well, he was a good guy and a bad guy, and I mean,
Yeah,
he
they
had
changed-
runs
they
on both.
swapped sides.
He had runs on both sides of the aisle.
They do that in wrestling.
Yeah, they do.
They do figure out
They
a
do.
way to do that. So
You have
very
to
confusing.
turn. I mean, Hulk Hogan was a bad guy at one point. You know.
Well,
I mean, he's an All-American
for
guy.
a short
Was.
period of time.
Yeah.
For a short period of time,
Yeah.
it did not work with him being the. It was much better with Hawk being the hero than the villain.
Yeah.
Who were the great villains of all of our? And we're in Edwards' prime right now. But who are the villains? Like the first name we talked about, Christian Leitner yesterday, because his documentary that came out a decade ago is airing in the time slot that Bart thinks the softball game should be for the Super Regional, 6:30 at night on Friday if you want to watch it on ESPNU while Arkansas plays at 11 a.m. But Christian Leitner was a villain. Another name that immediately comes to mind for me is Bill Lambier.
Yeah.
Andre the Giant came
Bill,
to mind.
Yeah. Bill Lambier was universally hated.
Bart, for you, you got a villain growing up? It could be in today. Could be in today's game too.
I'd have to think about it for a second. I mean, there are definitely guys I've disliked. I don't know if any of them are truly like villains. Like Chris Paul, I can't stand Chris Paul. Have never liked.
So
Chris Paul.
all I need to ask Bart is people you don't
Yeah.
like. You don't have to be a villain.
Why don't you like Chris
you.
Paul?
He's just like.
You don't think he's good on those commercials?
He's
those State Farm
he's
commercials?
the all-time whiner. He's the all-time complainer.
You're really narrowing it down there in the NBA.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just.
Could you come up with an all
was not a
team
winner
for us?
I could, yeah.
Would it take?
Would he be the
long?
starting point guard?
Yeah, he
Would
would be. Yeah, he certainly would be.
Yeah. He's the starting point guard on the all-whiner.
I know who the MVP of Bart's NBA all whiner team is.
Who?
LeBron.
No, it's Chris Paul.
Oh,
You'd
it's
be
Chris
surprised.
Paul?
It's Chris Paul.
Wow.
I cannot stand
That's a
Chris
mouthful.
Paul.
Why? I mean,
What
I
a compliment to LeBron.
can't stand him.
Well, they're friends, so.
I did not have that. I did not have a villain Chris Paul on the list.
I didn't say he was a villain. I just don't like
but
him.
Actually, I didn't have
villain-
you not being able to give us a villain right off the just tip of your tongue.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about. Chemo von Oelhoffen. How about that? Actually, no, that's just another guy I hate. I just can't stand him.
Can you go with somebody like mainstream?
Yeah,
he
maybe,
played for he was a defensive lineman for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, that guy.
Somebody
I
you
don't-
absolutely couldn't stand. They stood for everything that was wrong in your mind. If you were making a sports movie, this is the face of this. They're the villain. Who is it? You got nobody.
I hated Tom Brady growing up.
Really?
That was I couldn't stand Tom Brady. I still can't.
Not even as beautiful as he is.
No.
As a model now.
I don't know what's in his face. He looks kind of strange. He doesn't move.
He's plastic.
He's the
man.
plastic man.
It's not
He's a
Botox.
plastic
Not
man.
Brotox.
He looks like a Lego figure. It just doesn't move when he speaks. It's very jarring.
Does it bug you when females just ooh and ah over Tom Brady? Do you roll your please give me a break? Have you seen me?
Yeah.
That's what you say.
Compare that to
I do
this.
not say that.
Yeah.
No.
Have you seen me at the gym?
That's right.
Was Tom Brady crap?
I mean,
It is kind of annoying.
I just don't like him.
I
But I
mean-
think it was because he was so good. He was so good. He just won everything.
Yeah.
Those guys are hard to root for unless you're a fan of the team.
Okay, that's another way to look at it.
Yeah.
The people that won all the time.
like Barry Bonds. Like Barry Bonds, you look at a figure like that, universally not the most well-liked guy. But he walks out on the field in San Francisco, and the crowd just goes nuts. I mean, he's their guy.
and we all wanted to watch him play.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are others you just can't stand.
Bonds was the one that kind of embodied, there for about a decade or so. Bonds in sports was kind of the one that sort of embodied, when old guys like me would say the world's going to hell in a handbasket. Just look at Barry Bonds. That's just kind of the way it was there for a while.
By the way, opposite of villain, Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy can play. Have you seen that guy play basketball?
I have a time or two.
I've seen. I was watching highlights from last night. I'm
He-
like, wow, that
he
guy
is
can really
incredible.
play. That
He-
guy can play.
We got back from Dallas last night. I got home just in time to watch the overtimes, and it was getting late. I wondered if Edward was still up, and my guess was no. And but Victor Wembanyama is just incredible. He's incredible, and he's 7'8", whatever it is. He
He's
goes
7'2".
by.
Is he?
What
is
is-
he? Is
His
he
official NBA measurement, I think, is 7'4".
7'4"?
Yeah.
He,
That's ridiculous.
I mean, when he falls, it's like watching a giraffe fall at the zoo. I mean, it really is.
3 seconds.
But yeah, but he is incredible. He's just incredible in what he does. He is, you hear that term generational talent. He's not a generational talent. He's a once in a lifetime talent. Never seen one like him before, may never again.
I mean, now I see all the things. Have you heard of this guy ever?
No, what's his name?
I call him Victor.
Yeah.
Victor?
Wemby.
No, I haven't.
I call him, yeah.
What does he do?
Well, he's the guy that's going to single-handedly send Oklahoma City to home.
That's right.
Cancun.
I tried to tell you.
That was
we told
one
you,
game.
they'll be there. They just won't be playing.
Both conference finals are going 7
Cancun.
games.
Oh, be
I
at
think
home.
they're both going
I
7.
don't know if they have an answer for this guy.
What did he do? 41 and 24.
41, 24, a few blocks.
Oh, he was
Pull up 3 from the logo to tie the game.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to
Regulation.
watch the game. I just pulled
Like,
up the
come on,
highlight
man.
reel, and
It's unbelievable.
He's shooting it from the logo. He's posting up at the foul line. He's on the block. He's mid-range. He's take you off the dribble, and then when you come and try to score on the other end, he takes the
He's
ball from
there.
you at the highest point. He didn't block it. He just takes it.
Go back and watch the deep three that we were all
Yeah.
that you're all talking about. Watch the reaction from the Oklahoma City bench in the background. All the players that just smile. I mean, what can you do? I mean, it's like the players on the bench for both sides when he made that shot. That's the most reaction you'll ever see from a group of players.
The crowd, too.
Oh,
In that
yeah.
clip, it just goes mute, like
yeah,
silent.
Yeah, it's like,
it's
I can't
incredible.
believe what I just saw.
And it looked like it was at a point last night where if you were on the Oklahoma City team and you don't get to touch the ball much, when he shoots, go collect it out of the basket.
Yeah.
Just go stand under the rim, take it out of the net, and you'll have the ball. Because that's where it's going.
He's amazing. He is amazing.
That's worth watching.
Oh yeah,
That's worth
He's
watching.
appointment TV for me.
Bart finally has a villain for us, but we're gonna hold it. He's got it. Yeah,
I got a couple.
He's got.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
He'll have 5.
It did not take long.
He'll have 5
It
by
did
the
not
time
take
we
long.
come back. 6:17, Chuck and Bo on demand. If you've ever missed the show, you can catch it wherever you get podcasts or on YouTube. Driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. It's Tuesday. Good morning. Are we a bunch of idiots or
Yes.
what? Yes.
Yes, we are. Yes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oakland is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oakland Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you've been settling for a light beer that just doesn't quite do it, it's time to try Flight by Yingling. With nearly 200 years of tradition behind every sip and only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs in every can. Whether you're golfing, at a tailgate, or just hanging out in the backyard with friends, Flight delivers real beer flavor without the extra calories. Light beer and a full beer taste. That's something you don't have to apologize for. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com, member FDIC.
Hey, it's Bo, and what if home meant waking up to bent grass fairways, mountain views, and a community that actually feels like one? Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home, Arkansas has just released brand new home sites right on the golf course. The first new construction in 20 years. These are premium properties in a safe, welcoming community surrounded by the natural beauty of the Ozarks at a price that might surprise you. Go big and go home. Visit BigCreekGolf.com today. That's BigCreekGolf.com. Just so you know, and we've talked about this from day one on the show, nobody's safe in here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Customer service is a buzzword. People just throw it out there. What is it to you? Showing up when you say you're going to show up, returning phone calls, providing the service that you promised to provide. Because, I mean, if we're all asking to get paid for what we're doing, we need to do what we're getting paid for. And do it with a good attitude and being responsible, not only responsible to show up, but responsible to the relationship.
A relationship you can count on from Clay Maxey and the folks at Teamwork Roofing and Construction. TeamworkBuilt.com. Built on quality, powered by teamwork. You know, fine jewelry is about more than just a beautiful piece. It's about the experience of finding it. I did that with Blakeman's. They are the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Blakeman's has been Northwest Arkansas's trusted destination for exceptional jewelry, providing our community with over 35 years of personalized service, world-class diamonds, and crafted custom pieces. Discover the difference of a true luxury experience at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers. Blakeman's, where Arkansas gets engaged.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the Pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
Imagine raising your family somewhere safe, welcoming, and genuinely beautiful, where the kids have room to roam, the neighbors know your name, and the weekends are spent on the golf course, the lake, or the trails. That's Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home, Arkansas, a vibrant community with year-round events for all ages, world-class outdoor recreation, and brand-new home sites now available for families ready to put down roots. Small town, big life. Visit BigCreekGolf.com today and get more info.
Never miss a moment of the show thanks to the Chuck and Bo Show on Demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show. It is, when you stop and think about it, we poke holes in it, but I mean, it is amazing what is out there in terms of artificial intelligence. But yet, every time I read it, I don't worry as much about the future of mankind.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
By the way, I'm seeing all over the place there are a lot of free classes you can take with Claude. And apparently we don't talk to Claude like a senior executive.
Oh, really?
Claude is.
Are we not asking the right questions?
Well, we're not. We're not treating Claude at the very basis of how Claude should be treated. That's all I have for you right now, but I have noted.
You've been told that?
I've noted what I've seen, and I'm going to go read it later. And I'm part of my goal in, you know, the back half of life here is to master, you know, the correct use of Claude. And I feel like Claude's been vilified here on the show.
Well, Claude has earned it. He's earned it.
Well,
all I've said about Claude is I'm not worried about Claude replacing me or this show or any other live human interaction.
And
that's all I'm saying.
I agree with that. I would just add this, that I think Claude's an amenity. He's an asset.
I wouldn't go so far as to call him an amenity. But I would say he could be an asset.
Well,
yeah.
Okay. Well, either way, I think
splitting hairs here.
I think it comes down to the, you know, how well we know how to use Claude.
Well, I asked Claude a really interesting question last week that I've been saving for today. So we'll get into that at some point.
I want to know who Bart hates.
We'll get to that. But Claude is not a villain. But we have for Bart maybe. But I'm not vilifying Claude yet. But Bart, who growing up did you consider a villain in sports? We mentioned Christian Laettner, Bill Laimbeer. We're actually struggling, which is surprising, to come up with more names. Edward gave us Tom Brady.
I've just had a light bulb moment. I've another one I hated was and still do is Draymond Green. I can't stand Draymond Green.
Yeah. Is that your guy?
Did I steal
Is that who it was?
Why didn't you speak up?
Bart's thunder.
Because everything with Bart was a build up.
Bart was sitting in there in silence.
Well, we were building up.
Oh, the crescendo.
All right.
Oh, the
Forget I said it.
To the moment.
I'll shut up.
Bart, what do you think of Draymond Green? You never hear his name come up much anymore.
No, I hate Draymond Green. He's just an all-time jackwagon. Just one of those guys who actively tries to get under everybody's skin on the court. He does slimy things on the court, like,
Slimy.
takes a lot of cheap shots at guys, tries to hurt guys. He has a long track record of doing stuff like that, and there's just no place for that in sports. And then the stuff he says,
no place for
the
that.
stuff he says, well, there's no place for trying to injure somebody. Like there's not. That's not a debatable point.
There is a place for it, but it's not like that doesn't make it okay.
Sure.
People hurting people in sports happens all the time. So I mean,
yeah, but not on purpose.
How
about John Rocker?
I remember John Rocker. Yeah.
Some of these pitchers like closers.
Right.
Barry Bonds was the
yeah,
the
Barry Bonds
I
was
cannot
kinda,
stand
he
to
was
this
there,
day.
yeah.
I can't stand.
I'm not
Barry
a big
Bonds.
Barry Bonds
Just
fan.
the most pretentious guy in the world, out there cheating and lying about it for years and years and years and years. And just always being adamant about the fact that he never did.
Well, what are you supposed
Yeah,
to
but
say?
I mean, A-Rod did the same thing.
Yeah, no, and I
Mark
hate A-Rod.
McGwire did
I hate
the same
A-Rod, too.
thing. I mean,
I hate
Rafael
A-Rod, too.
Palmeiro shook his finger. He's
Sosa.
Yeah, Palmeiro to me in that whole deal.
Palmeiro's a loser.
He's
man.
the one I
loser.
came
A
away
loser.
disliking the most.
Grade A loser.
Well, he just the way he shook his fingers.
Yeah, he went to Mississippi State, didn't he? So,
Yeah, he did.
and
They love him there now.
adds to it.
They got his name on buildings in Starkville.
I've looked it up online, and it's an unimpressive list. And there's teams on here that have just won. There's Albert Hainsworth,
remember
Floyd
him.
Mayweather Jr.
Yeah.
I don't
Bobby Petrino is number 4. When I looked up
Hey,
the top
here's-
25 greatest villains of all
Hey,
time, it's Bobby
let me
Petrino,
tell you
number
something.
4.
Outside of Arkansas, that is true. Inside of Arkansas, he's revered. Outside of Arkansas, he's reviled. I mean, that's just how it is.
Inside of this state, there are still a lot of people who don't feel great about him.
No, but
But as a villain,
he is viewed.
I get. All I'm saying is I get it. I get it. I would probably put him in that category.
That's one of those
I would
can't
probably
see the
put him in
forest
there.
for the trees deals sometimes.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I understand. I was just surprised to see it on the list. That
it does
especially
kind of
that-
jump out at you
that
there.
high. I mean,
yeah.
he's just ahead. He's just behind Tanya Harding at number 3.
Wow.
Tanya Harding and
Elite
ex-husband
company.
Jeff
Elite
Gillooly.
Wow.
Man,
Tanya Harding.
that is real. You know who number 1 on the list is?
Who?
Don King.
Don King.
Don King's number 1 on the list.
Wow.
That's
I
wild.
always thought Don King was kind of fun. I mean, he's full of, he's full of it,
Love-
but he was fun.
Love to hate competitor. Number 1, Christian Leitner. Watch his 30 for 30 on Friday at 6:30.
Bobby Hurley, when he played, man, I couldn't stand Bobby Hurley when he played for Duke.
Yeah, I can see that.
Pick your Duke point guard. He's been on my list at some point.
Another one that was a bit surprising. They went to commissioners, and Roger Goodell tops the list.
Yeah.
Of,
Boy, they do not like Roger Goodell.
he wears it well too. Doesn't
I don't. I've got to admit, I don't watch. I watch the NFL, but I don't keep up with the inner workings closely enough to understand exactly why. But man, this guy is hated by fans, players, lots of people.
he? Let me ask you guys a serious question. We were talking about Bonds and Rafael Palmeiro and McGuire and Sosa. I mean, this is an honest question. If you could go back and you could change it, and none of those guys were doing steroids, and we weren't watching all those home runs, would you change it?
They would have been hitting an awful lot of home runs even without him.
I'm just saying, I guess part of what I'm saying and the reason I'm asking is
question,
that's one of the most memorable eras
Oh, the
and
summer
one
of
of the
98,
most
man.
entertaining
Well,
things we've
McGuire
ever
and
seen
Sosa
for
going
a summer.
swing
This
for
is
swing.
this is the only thing that I'll concede to Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds was a 5-tool player. I felt like before the steroid era, he was the best player in the game. And yet, Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa were all roided up and hitting bombs, and they were the stars of the game. They were the faces of baseball. Well, Bonds was, he was a more complete player than both those guys put together. And that's the thing that's frustrating about Bonds. He didn't need all that stuff. He was the best player in the game without it. But he wasn't hitting home runs like those guys did. And he joined the club.
Yeah.
Became captain of the team, as a matter of fact, and became the face of that era for a lot of people. But Bonds was a great player. He didn't need it.
Yeah.
And to me, that's what makes him the biggest villain of all. These guys that are marginal, you hear about a lot of these players that take this stuff and, man, they're just trying to, they're just trying to get to the big leagues, man. They're trying to get out of an impoverished situation in a different country and come to America and play baseball. I can actually give those people a break. They're doing what they have to do. Bonds didn't have to do all that. He didn't need it.
But if they're doing it and they're surpassing you, does that, on the other hand,
they didn't surpass him. They just got more public acclaim, and I think that's what frustrated him. I think it frustrated him that he was not recognized as the best player in the game by everybody.
And if you're him, I'm just looking at the other side of it. If you're him, you're saying, I'm the best player in the game, and these guys are getting all this credit because they're doing this, and everybody's doing it, and everybody's getting away with it.
So I'm going to join the
way
club.
We're doing it.
I'm going to join the club. And he did. And because he was the best player in the game when he started doing it, he was hitting 70-something home runs.
Do we look at those guys, though, as any less than they were? When we were watching them play?
I don't think less of them now. Because
I think less of Bonds.
Well, baseball condoned all that. Major League Baseball condoned all that. They encouraged all that.
I understand that. The reason, though, is because he holds a record that he should not have. And holds the record, perhaps,
but that's
that
all
he
of
should
them.
not have.
That was everybody in that era, though. That was competing for that record.
No. I'm talking about the all-time. He is Major League Baseball's all-time home runs leader. And it's a record he should not have.
There's no question that era.
It is the record in baseball that everybody talked about. Hank Aaron's record, and Barry Bonds broke it.
You don't think Hank Aaron was juicing?
Barry, all those guys were doing greenies back then. Don't kid yourself. They all were. Willie Mays, the whole deal. They play 180 games in they play 162 games in 180 days. Of course they're on something. Come on.
They used hard
Use
drugs,
your brain.
Though. They used hard drugs. It's more impressive.
Well,
come on.
Babe Ruth was drunk every day.
Right.
It's incredible. You want to talk about some incredible feats. Just
they
try.
were not taking performance-enhancing drugs.
Just try hitting a couple of home runs hungover. Just try it.
Hey, he was,
What a time.
Some days being hungover was the least of Babe Ruth's worries based on some of the stuff I read.
If you're just
he lived
waking
quite
up,
a life.
If you're just getting out of bed, we have no idea how we got here either.
Yeah. All of a sudden we just started talking, and here we are.
Bart dressed up like a coach today.
That's right. Bart's waving runners home from third. And next thing you know, it's 6:35.
And Edwards telling him which arm to use, and then the next thing you know, it's 6:33 on May 19th. And it's time to move on. Hey, if you're moving on with your roof, Teamwork Roofing and Construction can help you get it done. Not only a quality roofing system, but they can help you pay for it. You might be at a spot where your deductible is higher than you thought or didn't realize, and you need to cover that, but you need the roof now. They can offer you financing option, and that is a game changer in the roofing and construction business, the way they do it. Go to teamworkbuilt.com, and you can find out more about it. Also see the work they do. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork. Good morning. Dale, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, my gosh. I'm finally on.
You're on.
I've been listening to you guys forever. You guys are awesome.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. Hey, it's Bo. What should you expect when it comes to a roof or a remodel? Here's Teamwork COO Brett Husky.
We make it easy. That's the first thing. Because when we looked at this, we felt like the process shouldn't be hard. And the easier we can make it for customers, the easier it makes it for us and for our people to continue to do business.
Teamwork Roofing and Construction, making it easy, and now offering financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork.
Hey guys, you're having a great show today.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
For every million people, we've got 2 NFL players.
Yeah, that's really bad. Among the worst in the country.
It'd be something to speak at to an elementary class about doing whatever you want. Hey, listen,
we've got what, 310 million people in
You could be one of the 6.
310.
You want to be one of the 6? Get started today. Push-ups. Let's go.
That's about right.
Meanwhile, Mississippi, a state with a smaller population than Arkansas, has about 14 NFL players per million people. So dug into the numbers.
Less competition in Arkansas if you want to grow up an NFL player.
Yeah. In the 1970s, Arkansas produced 42 NFL players. In the 1980s, 44. In the 1990s, 33. In the 2000s, 32. In the 2010s, 27. And so far in this decade, which is more than half over, 12. That's the ball game right there.
Sports are part of a small town's identity, not just in Arkansas, but throughout the South, throughout our country. When you lose that, your town loses an identity, and over time you lose hope. And I realize I'm getting in some areas people don't like getting into, and I'll live with that. But I've just watched it, and it is a byproduct. And I'm going to tell you something Ryan Silverfield's doing that I like. I like the fact that he's signing in-state kids. I don't know if they're any better than the out-of-state kids. I have no idea. We'll find out when they get here. But I think it's important for high school football players in our state to feel like they can come play for the Razorbacks. I think that's important. I think it's important for towns to see that. It's part of their identity. It's part of who they are. And you never know when one of them is going to produce the next Traylon Burks or somebody like that, or Darren McFadden or someone. But you got to put yourself in a position to get those kids and to have them out there in the first place.
I appreciate you saying all that. There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Roger and the team are always there to help.
I love it. I've been doing this for 53 years, and one of the things I love most about it is our customers. Part of what makes me love the retail business is just the interaction with my customers.
Macadoodle, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Oakland is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oakland Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment, backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know. The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show. Arthur is in Vermont. Hogs play tonight. Arthur, good morning.
Good morning. I'm owning the day, but I can't really say I'm happy about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
3 days away from Arthur.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I look at
Sometimes
Tuesday.
you get a bonus call, but
we got a bonus call last week. I think he snuck away one day. And then, of course, the Friday call as well.
Did you guys say awful things about me while I was gone?
Really, we didn't. This is going to come as a shock to
We
you.
didn't think about it.
But no, it's not that we didn't think about you. We
Had other things going on?
well, yeah.
I did catch the one, the little barb on the way to the airport.
What was that?
Bo's going to be a pack mule now, followed by, he's
yeah.
not going to have to walk very far because he doesn't sit in the back of the plane.
Yeah.
And I was like,
just
you're
joking.
exactly
I
right.
was
I'm going on my
joking.
honeymoon.
Yeah, I know. I just had this vision of you carrying luggage as a married man.
Hey, I want to tell you, this is the woman I married. We were 8 days. She packed in a carry-on.
Wow.
That's the woman I married.
Well done.
That's
Bo's got
MVP.
2 suitcases.
That's MVP.
Karen's got a carry-on.
I got 2 suitcases. All the hats and different sneakers.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was just emphasizing that's a separate shoes suitcase.
That's why I get white shoes.
Yeah.
Because you only need one pair. They can match anything.
That's fun.
But that was it. Yeah, I did catch that.
Well, that was really it. I mean, we wondered a time or two if you were going to come back.
Yeah.
But the standard stuff. I wonder if he'll come back. The things everybody says when someone goes on vacation.
It's a little different when you're gone because we wonder if you ventured out into the wild.
Well,
like
better.
when you're
better.
but every once in a while. Every once in a while, you'll come back and you'll be like, boys, I did. I'm like, what'd you do? He's like, I went over across the street and got a burger. And you're like, you left the hotel? I did. Good burger, too.
There's some truth to that.
Or it'll be like, you know what I did? And then he went to some professional sports event.
I went to a ball game.
I went to a ball game.
I went and saw the Kings play.
I went and saw the Sacramento Kings play.
Saw the Sacramento Kings play the Nets.
That's Chuck's life, how life has evolved for Chuck. Back in the day, he's just going out, seeing the town, whatever. Hey, hear about a good restaurant, got to get that. Now
we didn't mess around with that.
What do they have to eat at the hotel?
Now it's like, can I get some room service? Can I charge this for my room?
Exactly. We'll talk to Matt Hobbs in about 45 minutes. They're in Birmingham for the SEC tournament. Want to do the annual debate of should the SEC tournament be in Birmingham, the baseball tournament, or have we just gotten over it?
I will rise to the defense of Hoover. I may be the only person that does that.
Thank you for the slight correction there. It is actually in Hoover, a suburb
but
Birmingham.
I'll tell you, when they first started playing it down there, they didn't say, like, the road to Hoover because nobody knew what you were talking about. They said the road to Birmingham. That's what they talked about. Now Hoover's like everybody down there knows the deal. They wanted it when nobody else did, and that matters to me. And they wanted it. They invested in it. Made certain that the town welcomed every team and created an environment that was welcoming. And let me tell you, when you're dealing with 16 teams of somebody else's kids, safety's a big deal. And it's a perfect setup down there. At least it was when I was doing it. I mean, I've been removed for 10, 12 years, so it may be terrible now. But when I was involved in it, they earned it, and they deserved it. And I was always against moving it, and based on that, still am.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I've kind of gotten over it. Like, there's a few years in there. It's like, hey, what about Memphis? What about Nashville? By the way, Nashville's getting a Super Bowl in 2030.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Reportedly.
Yeah.
You can't play that tournament in Memphis. First off, that ballpark's gone way down. Anyone who's gone to a Memphis Redbirds game the last few years knows what I'm talking about. That overall experience is not what it was 10 years ago. Downtown Memphis, and I hate to say it, it's a great area. I love going over there, but it's not safe.
Yeah,
you can't turn 16 ball clubs loose in downtown Memphis. You're going to have a tragedy. You just are.
Wow.
And you have to think about things like that when you're bringing teams in for a tournament. And Hoover, the way they've had it set up, has always been a perfect tournament setting. much like Omaha. And to me, Omaha is not the party capital of the USA. I mean, it's not. It's as plain as it gets. But it's a perfect spot for that.
Omaha?
Yeah.
I think Omaha is now.
Well,
but that wasn't.
What I'm saying is I mean, Omaha is not it's not the entertainment capital of America. You don't think about, hey, let's go to Omaha for the weekend.
We can hear some great blues.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
I mean, great restaurant, but it's not what you think of. But yet it is perfect for the College World Series. Good. It's perfect.
It's so good.
And
nobody's ever arguing to take the College World Series.
I would love to see the NCAA basketball tournament played at Indianapolis every year. That's just my preference, but I know it's not going to happen, and people can disagree. But I like a permanent site. I think the national championship football game should be played at the Rose Bowl every year.
I agree.
But
here.
And when they call me and ask me, I will share those thoughts with them.
You should tell them straight. Don't even hesitate.
Yeah.
And then I don't think the SEC basketball tournament should ever leave Nashville.
I don't either. I think it's a perfect spot.
When you find the right spot, you should stay in the right spot.
I agree with that.
I just wish they would do something to that stadium in Hoover. Do something to it, because it looks so rinky-dink. Like if you're watching games on television, they got doors behind home plate.
Well, that's so people can get in and out.
So the grounds crew can.
It just looks awful.
Well, when the Barons moved to that downtown ballpark, the only, you play high school football games in that stadium now, or you did for a while. They don't have a permanent tenant.
Yeah.
And but they've. I can tell you from what it once
played
was.
At the Barons Park.
Well, but there again, what are you going to do? You're going to house teams in the suburbs and bus them downtown for ball games? I don't know how you make that work.
I just every year I'm like, man, this just like the SEC is the best conference in college baseball, and they're playing their conference tournament at this place.
Yeah, I hear that. But I think Chuck's right. Like, it's one of those things that's rooted in the fact that they were first. We got to hit a break, but there is.
I'm not saying take it from them.
One thing I will say that is not a great thing for Hoover is the other places we just talked about, Nashville, Omaha. These places, if you go as a fan, you're going to have a great experience being there for 2 or 3
You're not going to get that in Hoover.
And
that's fair. That's fair.
And that's what like it should be sort of a bucket list item. Yeah. And the SEC tournaments become that. Like, even if your team gets knocked out, you're in Nashville for a couple 3 days. You can just walk to the arena. Same thing with the park. Is it TD Ameritrade now? Is it changed
in Omaha?
Yeah.
It's Charles Schwab.
Charles Schwab. Yeah. I almost said Oracle. I can't keep up with all the sponsorship. 647. Good
got
morning.
A name for Razorback Stadium.
Well, it's coming. Do you worry about what any of this is doing to our reputation?
There are times, yes. I do think about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acura, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
The Arkansas Razorback softball team has advanced to the Super Regionals. Coach Deifel and the Hogs will be back in Bogle Park this weekend with a chance to advance to their first ever Women's College World Series. We need the stands packed and for Razorback fans to bring the energy. Purchase your tickets online at ArkansasRazorbacks.com, or you can call the Razorback Ticket Center at 479-575-5151. Purchase your tickets today.
This is Chuck Barrett, and I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye Associates for my recent cataract surgery. They took great care of me. You have to have good vision to be the voice of the Razorbacks, and I'm glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye. I learned patients of all ages have a lot of options when it comes to modern surgery to reduce or even eliminate your eyeglasses. They've been taking care of patients for over 50 years, and that says a lot. So for your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com. We're talking down to people, Bart.
I'm going to talk down to people when they're wrong.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Baseball taught me teamwork, dedication, and the power of community. That's why I'm teaming up with Pascal ProPath to give back to charities that give every kid a chance to play. And right now you can pitch in. For every Pascal member signed up today through the end of May, Pascal will donate a portion of every membership to give back to youth sports. Become a member today, help give back in a big way. Pitch in with Pascal ProPath and help support kids in your community. Join today at pascalpropath.org.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to jamesboyett.com. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me, Bo, over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
There's nothing like a day at the ballpark.
Cold Yingling Lager, first pitch. That's how you start it right.
From the oldest brewery in America, it's smooth, balanced, and built for baseball.
But you know how it gets out there. That Arkansas sun's no joke.
That's why you bring a backup plan.
Yingling Light Lager, crisp, refreshing, and ready when the heat kicks in.
Start with lager,
switch to light lager,
and stay cool from the first pitch to the final out. Proud sponsor of the Arkansas Razorback.
D.G. Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
I was just thinking this morning on the drive in, boy, it's going to be nice to see Chuck, and I don't usually think that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We give Edward, and everybody on the show gets a hard time. Bart gets picked on the most because Bart picks on most people the most. But so he takes the brunt of it sometimes, and he comes in here dressed like, all kinds of different ways, whether it's Christmas or, a third base coach, as he did today. I mean, you look like the guy in the first step of the dugout.
I mean, you really did. I mean, you really did.
Whatever game you go to, you look like the guy, and not at a big school, like one of these schools where they don't get a lot of gear.
It's a jacket, man.
I mean, Bart clapped his hands and said, "Be a hitter." When I was walking in here earlier, I mean, so it was like, it's like, okay, man,
get the bat off your shoulder.
Be a hitter. Let's go.
But I want to give Edward his flowers because he's been talking about Wemby, and I don't watch a lot of NBA. It's not because I don't really want to, but I just don't think about it, and but now's the time to watch. It's like if you don't watch much, now's the time. And this dude's unbelievable. Like you said it, he's not just a once in a lifetime talent. He is a talent, like the one of one talent. And Ty turned 20, my son, Saturday. And so we went out to dinner last night, and I was just thinking, you said that Wemby is how old?
He is 2 years older than your son. He's 22.
He's 22. So if you, like me, have a 20-year-old, I think we should get a little reel together, and we should have our kid over, and we should sit him down on the couch, and we should show him this reel. And the reel ends, and I go, what do you think about that? That's awesome. And then look at him and go, where are you going to be in 2 years?
Yeah.
Does that sound like some good life? Does that sound like some good parenting?
Do you think they would come back and say, what were you doing at 22?
That's a fair point.
Well, were you 7-4?
Well, no. No.
Were you 7-4?
I think I was on the verge of getting fired from my first job. Or not my first job, but the first time getting fired.
22. Holy cow.
Yeah, I think I was in the middle of my first life tank at that point.
I think I met you when I was
okay.
22. I think I met you when I was 22.
Well, Edward's like, he's an old man trapped in a young man's body.
I was born.
And I mean it in the best way.
I admit to it.
Bart used to be an old man trapped in a young man's body, but he doesn't have a young man's body anymore. It's just an age thing, Bart. It's all it is.
His body's catching up with his mind.
Fire away, Bart. Fire away.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Are you gonna go get breakfast?
Not for you, but maybe for everybody else.
Come on, the ProLand Title Breakfast Fund is awaiting. ProLand Title can help you close. They can do more that most people can. because they're an independent firm. They're not owned by some law firm or real estate firm, independently owned. They can put their clients first, and they can say yes to many things other companies can't because they have a lot of relationships with a huge range of national underwriters. ProLandTitle.com.
Hey, here's a Memorial Day sales offer you don't want to miss. Up to $14,000 off MSRP at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Save up to $14,000 when you buy a new 2026 Chevy Silverado. But don't wait. This offer's only good during the Memorial Day sales event at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive. Log on to ChevroletofFayetteville.com for complete details.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club and Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club and Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
You know, I love talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, and Bo's latest selling experience is a perfect example of why. Within 5 minutes of listing his home, Bo had a showing, and just 2 days later, he had an offer. And just like my own experience with them, they took care of everything from start to finish. That's what you get when you work with a trained real estate professional. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, has been turning houses into homes since 1978, serving Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and Branson. For more information, log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
Interviews, highlights, behind-the-scenes access, and so much more. Varsity Vibe is your go-to for high school athletics in Arkansas. Learn the stories of coaches and players in our Varsity Vibe podcast. See the biggest plays and the best performances highlighted on our social media platforms. And if newsletters are more your style, we've got that too. High school sports at your fingertips. Varsity Vibe, elevating the game.
I don't know if anybody else is having fun, but this is a blast for me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas fans know that some things are just timeless, like a spring afternoon at Baum Walker or the roar you only hear at Bud Walton. Our friends at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry believe your milestone should be just as enduring as the Razorback spirit. They've spent over 35 years helping fans celebrate their big moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. Whether you're marking a graduation, an anniversary, or just a big Saturday in the SEC, let their teams help you find that perfect piece. This spring, go big, go bold, and go to Blakeman's in the heart of Pinnacle Hills.
We talk a lot about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I do think that there is value in this because, look, I don't know how else to say it. As you build, if you're struggling, as you struggle, all of those things, sometimes it's better to do it with kids from your own backyard than it is with kids that nobody knows anything about, because you root for kids from your own backyard. And that's one of the things, it's one of the reasons that I think it's important for all programs to sign in-state kids. And I know the portal is going to determine a lot of programs' fates. Maybe Arkansas is one of them. I don't know. But you got to have that core. I also think it grows the game, and it makes it fashionable. Now, you can say, well, it's football. I mean, what are you talking about? Football is already, you don't need to grow football anymore. I think you need to grow the idea that high school football players in Arkansas can go play for the Razorbacks. That's what a generation grew up believing. And I'm not saying it hasn't always been true. The truth is, it has always been that way. But I think the public perception perhaps has changed in that regard. And I think what he's doing there is good. Now, look, if you go out there and you're full of in-state kids and you're, nothing changes, maybe that's not the way to go. But I honestly think, Bart, what he's doing right now, I think long term, I think this benefits a lot of people. I just put it that way.
Hey, it's Bo. Thanks for tuning in. Hang out with Chuck and I every weekday morning from 6 to 9 a.m. live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
For the first time in my life last night, did Walmart pickup. I pulled into slot number 21, informed them on the app that I was there, and bang.
This is
bang.
huge.
A lovely young lady comes out and puts all my groceries in my truck. And I'm thinking, is this a great country or what? Who knew? Who knew? How come I haven't been doing this?
Does anybody else want a GoPro in Chuck's vehicle?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, little y'all to deal with.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
At my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I see the servant leadership contest is back on the board.
I am not winning.
Yeah, we're falling behind today.
Well, it's I forgot my coffee in the other room.
Yeah.
And Edward sent.
He already put it in there.
Edward
Are you going to stir it up with your Sharpie?
Yeah, I got to stir it up.
This is amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
We didn't have a coffee stirrer in the room on the honeymoon, and I gave a pen to Karen. I could do it like Chuck does it.
Did she? Yeah. Oh, did it work?
It did.
Of course.
It was just, here's a Sharpie.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been doing it for decades.
I know. And look at me. I'm as healthy as right here.
Healthy as a horse.
I may not be, completely healthy, but it's not because I've stirred my coffee with a Sharpie. I mean, I've got the lid on.
The hour starts with Edward bringing a cup of coffee to Chuck, 2 packets of Splenda.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
The yellow
yeah.
packet.
And you ripped them open, poured it. I mean, a lot has happened
packed
since
the
I've been
sugar
gone.
down
You
in
did
the
pack
bottom.
it like
Things
a
are
can
a little
of
bit
dip.
different than they were before you left.
You snap that like a can of dip, put it right in there, bang.
I would be a natural.
That's right.
Never done that in my life. But.
You don't need to do that. But Chuck has his coffee, and we're good to go.
Everything's fun. Bart's going to get breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, all is right at 7:04.
Hey, did you notice
on
Bart put the
Tuesday.
rain top back on before he left? Going outside.
He did. He took it off
Yeah.
like 10 minutes
Yeah,
ago.
well, you
and then he
shamed
looked
him
down.
into
He
taking
said,
it off.
"Oh, it's raining."
Well, I've noticed on my phone.
We're killing it. He had no idea
know,
when he
man.
just got dressed
I
this
know,
morning.
That's terrible.
That was-
Well, it's
he's just getting ready.
it's like
man.
a guy that just like cusses continuously because he has a small vocabulary. We didn't do, or I didn't do a lot of show prep this morning, so I thought, Bart looks like a third base coach. Let's start there. See what happens.
It's not your fault. I didn't do a lot of show prep.
I mean, it was a late night last night,
Yeah.
Well,
it's
I mean,
true.
what the hell?
You were in Frisco.
Yeah,
You
well-
went to the Star.
That was really cool. It was the first time I'd been there, and I didn't know. I don't know what's going on because I thought This is just kind of their corporate headquarters. There's a stadium there, obviously. They play a bowl game. They got a practice facility. But, it's just strictly the Cowboys headquarters. But, I mean, they've got retail. They got all kinds of stuff going on around there. It's kind of like they built American Airlines Arena downtown, and then everything just kind of developed around it. And this is it is as Dallas gets. I mean, it's beautiful architecture, lots of glass. I mean, the whole deal. And they've really got it going on there, and that's an understatement. Jerry Jones has figured it out. I mean, he has a product down there, and I know they want to win. I mean, it doesn't. I don't doubt for a second how much they want to win, but his business is so good it transcends winning and losing. I mean, it really does. And they've got quite a setup.
Marketing, sales genius,
greatest that ever lived. At least the greatest in sports, that's for sure.
Epic, like elite.
And but it was really a good experience. The Dallas fans always come out. They were there last night, and it was a fun time.
So it sounds like I haven't been, although my daughter went to a cheer comp there with 40 other thousand girls in Frisco. They do it every year. They've got one down there. It's like a 2-3 day event. So it sounds like you don't ever really have to leave the area.
No,
like you just. Like,
well, there are people that live there, close, just right there adjacent to the property. But, last night our meeting was going on. They were having a meeting with they were having a thing for their suite holders there in, at Cowboy Stadium. And they had all kinds of stuff going on. And they have things like cheerleading competitions. They have there's something going on there every day.
What is this, the All-In Road Show?
This was the last one last night, final one.
So you get up there and welcome people and
just do the song and dance, and when it gets slow, you bring Z up, and
then what happens?
Well, he gives away raffle stuff, and that's always quite the spectacle. But Darren McFadden was there last night.
Traveling circus.
Yeah, he's part of the traveling road show.
Yeah,
and but it was good. Coach Silverfield's really been good in those, and it was fun last night. It really was. It was good. It was good trip all the way around.
So have you put your finger on how Arkansas can win in football again? Have you figured it out? Being on the road.
Well, no, not in 4 nights. But I will say this about Silverfield. You can tell he's committed to his approach and
confident in it.
I mean, look, I realize with our fan base right now, and it's understandable to a great extent. They're very much in a show me situation. I mean, I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah, but he knows that. But anybody that's followed sports knows that you win a few ball games, you can flip everyone. And that's his task. And it's not going to be easy. And I don't want to make it sound like it is. But I think he understands that, and I think he's up to it.
I think we should do a segment, maybe today. We'll do it someday between now and the beginning of the season. Like, if you were in charge of the athletic department, what would you do? How would you change this? It could be a horrible idea.
Well, it's got the potential to go a lot of different ways.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the thing. But everywhere I go, and I know the same for you, if you end up talking to somebody that you don't know well or you haven't talked to in a while, and even some people that maybe you do, it's the same conversation. There's very little about wondering about basketball. There's a little bit about baseball, very little, because you kind of know what you have there, and Dave Van Horn, John Calipari, and it always generally defaults to the coach. But when you don't know the coach very well, and all the other things that are going on with the business of college sports, the NIL, and all the stuff that we've gotten into the weeds on so many times, and you kind of have to because it's what's happening, and we'll have to do it again at some point. But the question is, like, what's going on? Like, how can we win? Like, you think we're going to be any good? Like, what? It's a more broad, open-ended question than it's ever been before, because you're right. There's so many places you can go with it.
Well, yeah, and it's hey, with every year that passes, It's been a long time. I mean, it's been a long time.
That's the thing that's
it's
shocking.
been a long time since 2011 and 12. I mean, it's getting on up there.
That's the thing that was shocking a couple of weeks ago when I pulled up the list of the win totals back to 2016, 17, whatever it was, that you've had 1 9-win season. 1 9-win season.
Yeah.
It was Sam Pittman.
Yeah. I mean, that's
you're
been the
talking-
high water mark.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a decade.
Yeah. There's no simple answer. The one thing that I will say is this, is that NIL is not going away. We can talk about how terrible it is, and we can lament all the bad things that it's that we perceive college football to be now, but I don't know that I agree with all those in the first place. But in the second place, even if you think it is terrible, it's not changing. And it's not going to change. And the idea that there's going to be somebody wave a magic wand and, as some would say, fix college football, make it fair for everybody again, that's not going to happen. People have got to accept that. Just like you accept in life. Some people have advantages. Some people are born on third base. That's just how the world works. And you can't change that. And so I think there's some reality for a lot of schools in that respect. But I still believe this, and I believe it in every sport. You hire the right guy, you can win. Now, that sounds simple, and it makes it sound like sometimes if you've not hired the right guy, you failed. There's not an abundance of right guys out there. How many people walking the face of the earth are the right guy to take over a program that hasn't won in 10 or 15 years and suddenly make them winners? I mean, that's the right guy. But how many of them are there? But I do believe, and again, pick your sport. You hire the right person, you will win. I do believe that.
I'm also seeing stories now of, talking about like it being fair and all this, where we've gone from a 20.5 million annually situation, and then everything has to pass through the College Sports Commission after that if it's an NIL deal more than $600, to something like 70-something% of this of schools in the major conferences are not abiding by with their NIL deals. Like, let's say there's $100 million. They're like 73% of 73 million of that 100 is not going through the quote clearinghouse, and that it's become it's gotten to the point where it's like, hey, we're not following this anymore.
Well, I mean, you just kind of look at the world in general right now. There's not a whole lot of rule following going on when it comes to, things, certain things anyway, and sports kind of mirrors that. And I think right now in college football particularly, I mean, if you're banking on somebody else following the rules, I mean, good luck with that, because there's a pretty good chance that, first off, I'm not sure what the rules are. So I don't know that anybody's actually breaking anything. But whether it's overpaying players, whether it's circumventing the clearinghouse, or in the case of like this Texas Tech quarterback, all the way to gambling, the NCAA apparently is just powerless to do anything. So whatever rules they have in terms of clearinghouse, things like that, I would much rather take my chances on asking forgiveness than permission. I would much rather take my chances. And if there was ever a time to do it, frankly, it's now.
Here's a Ross Dellinger. More than $100 million of NIL pay that schools guaranteed athletes goes uncleared.
Yeah.
75% from the SEC and Big Ten. As the biggest spenders gather at Big Ten meetings, CSC reform, the College Sports Commission, a divisive issue looms, and NCAA breakaway talks intensify. The last line, everyone is frustrated.
Well,
but in the meantime, there are no rules.
No.
I mean, we can say there are really not a lot of enforceable rules when it comes to money. Put it this way, if you want to get somebody more money, you can.
Well, the cold, hard reality for fans is once the game starts, they don't care about that. If your payroll's $20 million less than somebody else's, they still want you to beat them. And if your payroll's $20 million higher than the other teams, they expect your team to win by a lot.
They expect you, if you're in charge, to figure it out.
Yeah, and if you don't have enough money, well, why not? And that's just kind of where we are. But here's the thing. I don't think it's changing. I've accepted the fact that this is how things are going to be. If you're looking for somebody to fix it for you, it's not going to happen. This is the world we live in now. This is college football now, for better or worse. And you better learn how to navigate through it. And our situation here right now, the idea that Arkansas is going to be as flush with cash as a lot of places, never going to happen. But I still believe if you hire the right guy. I still believe if you hire the right guy. I'm not saying you're going to, he's going to stay for 30 years and you're going to develop a dynasty. But I am saying that the days of Arkansas having years where they win big in football should not be over.
It sounds simple. It doesn't make it easy.
No.
But it's not just the right guy. It's the right everything, right? You got to have the right people. In other words, it's incumbent on these people, and it in some ways looks and feels impossible at times. But if you're in college athletics and you're in an athletic department, it's your job to figure it out. Like, that's how it's going to get done. It's your job to figure it out. Like, there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide and nowhere to go, and we can all talk about how outlandish or how crazy or how whatever it is. But at the end of the day, not the fans, you got to figure out how to make it work. And I'm not saying anything about it being easy because it looks impossible in some ways. But the people that are going to figure it out, just like when you talk about hiring the right coach, the people that are going to figure it out are the people that are going to figure it out, and they'll win.
I don't think, for example, the athletic director at Indiana, I don't think he's got any kind of special football knowledge that led him to Curt Cignetti. I think he listened to football people who said this guy's a pretty good coach. I doubt if any of them said, you know what, you're going to win the national championship in 2 years and be the toast of college football if you will hire this guy. Sometimes you listen to the information, you play a hunch, and you get lucky. Sometimes you listen to the information, you play a hunch, and it all falls apart. And both those ADs are basically the same guy. Neither one of them's that much smarter than the other one. One of them got lucky, and the other one didn't. And that's part of it sometimes.
Don't trust your finances to luck. Go with First Security Bank. First Security offers several loan options to secure financing for your dream home. They're an equal housing lender. And, when it comes to families, maybe your kid's getting a little bit older. Maybe you want to have an account for them, but you want to be able to manage it. They have great flex options at First Security Bank. Family accounts, business accounts, fsbank.com. You go online, you can check it out there. Just walk in to one of their many 70-plus convenient locations throughout the state of Arkansas. You'll find one near you. First Security Bank, helping you bank better every single day. First Security Bank, member FDIC.
Wins like that, those are just good for your soul, man. Those are beautiful. The Chuck and Bo Show.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Oakland is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oakland Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
Still searching for the perfect summer getaway? Mountain Home, Arkansas might just be your answer. Wake up in the Ozark Hills. Hit the White River at sunrise, world-class fishing, hiking, trails, kayaking, and when the sun goes down, it's the kind of quiet you forgot existed. 2 lakes, one great town. All right here in the Arkansas Ozarks. Check it out at enjoymountainhome.com. Mountain Home, Arkansas, where the outdoors is a way of life.
He's Chuck Barrett.
He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Customer service is a buzzword. People just throw it out there. What is it to you? You showing up when you say you're going to show up, returning phone calls, providing the service that you promised to provide. Because, I mean, if we're all asking to get paid for what we're doing, we need to do what we're getting paid for. And do it with a good attitude and being responsible, not only responsible to show up, but responsible to the relationship.
A relationship you can count on from Clay Maxey and the folks at Teamwork Roofing and Construction. TeamworkBuilt.com. Built on quality, powered by teamwork. You know, fine jewelry is about more than just a beautiful piece. It's about the experience of finding it. I did that with Blakeman's. They are the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Blakeman's has been Northwest Arkansas's trusted destination for exceptional jewelry, providing our community with over 35 years of personalized service, world-class diamonds, and crafted custom pieces. Discover the difference of a true luxury experience at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers. Blakeman's, where Arkansas gets engaged.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
Imagine raising your family somewhere safe, welcoming, and genuinely beautiful, where the kids have room to roam, the neighbors know your name, and the weekends are spent on the golf course, the lake, or the trails. That's Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home, Arkansas, a vibrant community with year-round events for all ages, world-class outdoor recreation, and brand new home sites now available for families ready to put down roots. Small town, big life. Visit BigCreekGolf.com today and get more info.
Never miss a moment of the show thanks to the Chuck and Bo Show on Demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
The swearing has really taken over the vocabulary, right? It's lazy, you know.
Well, when you don't know what else to say, you throw that out there. At least that's been my approach.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Matt Hobbs coming up at 7:30. We're going to talk to the Arkansas pitching coach.
They spent a little time on the road.
Play tomorrow night. I think Tennessee's been hot, right?
Yeah, they've been playing
South
pretty
Carolina
well
today.
Yeah,
at around 4:30, and then Arkansas will play the winner of this game tomorrow at 4:30. What do you want to see from Arkansas baseball in the SEC tournament, and does it have any impact on where they're going in a regional? I'm reading today at WholeHogSports.com an expansive look at projections from all these different sites like D1 Baseball and where Arkansas might end up. And if there's a consensus, it's that they'll be the number 2 seed in the Nebraska regional. So that would be wild for DVH to go back to Nebraska, where he helped take build a program and then took them to Omaha twice. But it would also be weird just for the fact that you're that close to Omaha, playing in a regional.
Stay up there. Well, no, I guess you'd have to go play super somewhere else.
Yeah, well, I mean, but you come back to there.
Yeah.
It's just really close. That's just weird. The idea that the idea that you'd be going to Nebraska to play in a regional. Obviously a big connection there.
That's the house that Dave built. I mean, their stadium up there, I mean, that's the house that Dave built. Just like Bud Walton Arena's house that Nolan built. I mean, without that winning, there is no ballpark.
I don't know if you know this off the top of your head, Bart, but what's the difference in like 7th place in the SEC in terms of number of games, like games back? Is Arkansas from, like, how many games are separating them? And did Georgia finish the regular season title in first? how many games really separate? I've heard
a
lot of analysts talking about
4 or 5?
that talk on college baseball recently, saying things like the SEC is just wild. Like, yeah, there's some teams that are really good at the top, but like Georgia can really hit, but they don't have great pitching, and there's teams that have gone on the road. It's like an uncharacteristic year of sweeping teams away from home, like teams getting swept at home. I mean, it's just, who do you pick as the top teams out of this league?
I'll go back to what you asked at the very beginning. What do you want to see out of Arkansas this week? Whichever SEC team, in my opinion, plays the longest is going to be the team that plays the best defense, the team that fields the ball the best. I think that's where Arkansas, if you were to ask me right now, where's the one thing they have to improve, whether they go on the road, however they end up in the NCAA tournament, they've got to field the ball better.
Did you have the research, the quick did Claude
Sorry,
help?
Bart.
Did Claude help? Did you ask Claude?
Sorry,
No,
Bart.
no,
Go
I did
ahead.
not ask Claude. Arkansas finished 17-13 in the SEC. Texas was 19-10 in second place. So
2-3 game difference.
2.5 games out of second place in the league. 1.5 games out of third.
All right. The SEC tournament starts today. What time is the first game?
Oh, it's usually at like 8:30 in the morning. For team, so that they can air "I Hate Christian Leitner" late at night.
This is about the softball super regional that starts at 11 a.m. on Friday. For those that missed the entire show yesterday, in which Bart railed on it for 3 hours.
I wasn't off by much. 9:30. 9:30.
Do you hear the monitor? I wasn't off much. It's 9:30.
9:30 a.m. Missouri and Ole Miss on the network.
Matt Hobbs will join us next. Chuck and Bo Show, 726. Good morning. See, this is what the Chuck and Bo Show is. You just show up and have coffee with you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. FSbank.com, member FDIC.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more. And they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're just kind of wading through it, figuring it out with you this morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
For every million people, we've got 2 NFL players.
Yeah, that's really bad. Among the worst in the country.
It'd be something to speak at to an elementary class about, but doing whatever you want. Hey, listen.
We've got, 310 million people in
You could be one of the 6.
310.
You want to be one of the 6? Get started today. Push-ups. Let's go.
That's about right.
Meanwhile, Mississippi, a state with a smaller population than Arkansas, has about 14 NFL players per million people. So dug into the numbers.
Less
a little
competition
bit.
in Arkansas if you want to grow up an NFL player.
Yeah. In the 1970s, Arkansas produced 42 NFL players. In the 1980s, 44. In the 1990s, 33. In the 2000s, 32. In the 2010s, 27. And so far in this decade, which is more than half over, 12. That's the ball game right there.
Sports are part of a small town's identity, not just in Arkansas, but throughout the South, throughout our country. When you lose that, your town loses an identity, and over time you lose hope. And I realize I'm getting in some areas people don't like getting into, and I'll live with that. But I've just watched it, and it is a byproduct. And I'm going to tell you something Ryan Silverfield's doing that I like. I like the fact that he's signing in-state kids. I don't know if they're any better than the out-of-state kids. I have no idea. We'll find out when they get here. But I think it's important for high school football players in our state to feel like they can come play for the Razorbacks. I think that's important. I think it's important for towns to see that. It's part of their identity. It's part of who they are. And you never know when one of them is going to produce the next Traylon Burks or somebody like that, or Darren McFadden or someone. But you got to put yourself in a position to get those kids and to have them out there in the first place.
I appreciate you saying all that. There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Roger and the team are always there to help.
I love it. I've been doing this for 53 years, and one of the things I love most about it is our customers. Part of what makes me love the retail business is just the interaction with my customers.
Macadoodle, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know. The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
You know, I did remind myself yesterday, nobody held a gun to your head and made you do this.
That's good self.
I had a little self-talk yesterday.
I didn't know you had those.
They're generally brief. Yeah, we don't get too deep, but every once in a while they do happen.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas tomorrow afternoon at the SEC tournament. They'll play the winner of Tennessee at South Carolina. Here to talk about that and more, Arkansas pitching coach Matt Hobbs, friend of the show. We love having him on. Coach, how is Hoover, Alabama this morning?
Hoover's great. Appreciate you guys having me on.
It's always hot down there. Is it hot down there again this week?
Damn right.
I figured, hey, that is the hottest place on earth. Tournament week in Birmingham is hot.
It's either the hottest or the wettest, depending on what happens.
You're right.
With the rain.
Yeah,
yeah, we were talking about that last night. It was just like it's either going to be 1 billion degrees outside or we're going to get rained out for 2 straight days.
Yeah. Sounds like it's going to be hot.
You guys finished up at Kentucky on Saturday. By the way, have you been in a game quite like that one before?
Yes, actually I have. 2021, Game 3, Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Look back at that one. We were up like 13-1 or something, and then it was 14-14, and then it was 18-14, and yeah. So yes, I have been in one of those games before, but I would have much rather just won the game 16-2 or something.
That was one of those games, Coach, and you've got to really give it to both teams. I mean, down 10, come back. Most of the time when you give up 10 runs, you don't win. But when you give up 9 runs in an inning, most of the time you don't win. So to win after giving up that type of run production from the other side, I mean, that says a lot about the team.
It says a lot about the fight, that they kept on fighting offensively. We just kept on going. And then I hope it says quite a bit about James DeCramer.
Yeah.
To be able to kind of come out of nowhere here the last couple of weeks and pitch really well and throw the back 3 of that game. He's the guy that at this point in the season, and we talk about it every year, it's like if you want to keep playing, somebody has to do something they haven't been doing, whether that's pitch well or pitch or hit well or get into a game or whatever it is. So when you see something like that it's exciting because it means that he kept fighting even though he wasn't pitching, and it means he stayed hooked up. And obviously the kid's talented, and he's always been a good pitcher, and he kind of got buried a little bit after a couple outings early. And that's a good sign for the team. But to win that game, to your point, like, when do you give up 9 runs in an inning and win the game? Like, you just never do that. So, I hope that it springboards our team with a little bit of momentum, what makes them think they can win games like that, when you just kind of earn a little bit of a back and forth. And we hadn't been doing that. Like, when it had been back and forth, we just hadn't been able to stop them enough on the mound. So I think that showing that we could do that was exciting for us as a coaching staff, but for the team, I think it just shows them, hey, you can win a bunch of different types of games. I mean, the day before we won a tight ball game, we lost a tight ball game, won a tight ball game, won a slugfest. So there's a lot of different things that happened over the weekend at Kentucky, and winning 2 out of 3, and in the fashion that we did it, hopefully it's positive for the team going forward.
I was thinking during that series that regionals are kind of like that sometimes. Friday night, you'll play a 2-1 ball game, and then you've got to win 17-15 by the time the weekend's over. You do have to win games in a variety of ways in the postseason.
Yeah, and you have to be able to get it done with a bunch of different pitchers, I think is the main thing. Guys have to pitch in different roles. Guys have to be willing to do things they haven't been doing, and that's the game 3, and I told this to our pitching staff going into game 3. Game 3 against Kentucky was like game 4 of a regional, when you have to play one more game. And you don't know who you have available, really, and you're kind of spot starting Tate McGuire, and he does a really nice job getting us off to a good start. And then you're just kind of going with everybody, all hands on deck, and whatever's left. And you got Coyle that threw huge innings for us in his second go of the weekend, and Steele Eves had to come back. It didn't go great for Steele, but he's been good all season. And you had to do some of those things to win the game. So it really is, honestly. It's a great parallel and a really good point that it is kind of like playing a regional when you get into that third game of SEC play. And you look around the league, that's just kind of the way it's been. There's just some high-scoring game 3s going on right, and some high-scoring game 1s for that matter going on. It's just been a weird year in the league from a pitching perspective.
Yeah, I was going to say, and it's been a little bit of a weird year for you all, not necessarily in a bad way, but you have won as a program 40 games or more 8 straight years in a row. This year you win 36, so you're not like you're that far away, but you're also maybe not looking at your team going, okay, we got this, and this has been the same at week in and week out. We know exactly. It feels like everybody's been kind of figuring it out a little bit. Coaches figuring out who can we do this, what can we believe in there, what has it been like? I mean, I'm not trying to answer it for you. I may ask that question. What has this year been like for you guys?
Freaking roller coaster, man. It's been a bumpy ride, and I think that the positives are you look up and you're 17-13 in the SEC. Like, I think a lot of people would probably take that. I mean, nobody who follows us would take that, nor should they. But I think that 17-13 is a pretty good place to be. But it is. It's just a unique year where, there's weekends where we've been absolutely terrible on the mound, and there's weekends that we've been terrible offensively, and there's weekends that we've been terrible defensively. And usually those things don't happen to us. Or you might be bad for a game, but you're certainly not bad for a weekend. And we've had stuff like that happen. And it's the thing that is important to remember about when it's different, right? When it's not 20 wins in the SEC and it's not a 40-win season, going into the postseason, is all of the goals of the team that aren't the goals of the outside perspective are still attainable. Like, the goals of the team are still attainable. You're going to the postseason. You have a chance to make a run deep into the postseason if you're hooked up. And you use the bumps in the road that we've experienced as a team this season to propel you forward instead of looking at them as a reason why you can't do something. So I think that with the uneven nature of our season, hopefully that gives us a little bit of, hey, we've been uneven, but we can come back and do this. And that feeling can propel us to something good in the postseason. But it has been just an absolute, feel like you can't play 5 good games in a row, and then you feel like you can play 5 good games in a row, and you don't know who your starters are, and then like Deets all of a sudden the first team all SEC pitcher, and then Gabe has a really good couple starts on the back half of the season, and now you feel like maybe we got 2 good starters. So it's just been a weird year for us relative to what we've been doing the last decade.
Matt, I wonder about, not just for the Razorbacks, but for everybody this time of year. It's not real dramatic to say, but just making the routine play, fielding the ground ball, making a good throw to first base when your pitchers are struggling. Sometimes that's your best friend right there. I just wonder if the last team standing's not going to be the one that just makes the routine plays.
Yeah, fewest mistakes all around, whether that's having a good at-bat or just picking up the ball and throwing it across the infield, or if it's throwing strike one. All things that seem mundane when you talk about them. It's much funner to talk about like a diving play in the 6 hole than it is about a routine play. It's much funner to talk about a pitcher throwing 100 than it is about a guy throwing strike one. And it's a lot funner to talk about a 470-foot home run than it is a backside single. But all of those other things win baseball.
That's right. That's right.
And that's winning baseball, man. And it's just, the things that we've been able to do here, and the reason why we've been consistent, up until parts of this season, is we played winning baseball and done those things. And when you look at when we haven't been, it's that we have not played winning baseball. Like, we haven't done those things. We've had, games where we've made 5 errors in a game. That's never happened here. And then you've had games where against Florida, I think we walked like 22 guys in 3 games. Like, that doesn't happen here. And you've had games where you couldn't score, and that doesn't happen here. So our job as coaches is to make sure that our team understands that what is mundane and routine and boring is also, it's like Novocaine, man, when it sets in. Like, it just works. Stuff works.
It does.
It works every time.
Just try it without it.
It works exactly. I try to do it without that stuff. I don't want to. But like, it works. The stuff just works, and it's never not worked. In the history of baseball, throwing a strike on the first pitch has never not been something that was effective later in the count. And like, having a good at-bat's never not been successful. Like, again, it's like with all the things that we all do, baseball is a game of numbers. Certainly the numbers are important in baseball, and it just seems like it gets more and more coddled. It gets more and more just confused with some of the numbers that we evaluate, because there's a number for everything now. But the numbers that are important are like how many strikes do your pitchers throw, what kind of at-bats and how many quality at-bats can your hitters have, and what's your fielding percentage. Like, those things are never going to go away. They're never not going to be in vogue, I guess. And if we can do enough of that, and you're right, Chuck, like, the team that does that stuff at the highest level is who's left standing. And it always is. If you look at who ends up in Omaha, it's usually like, you don't see a whole lot of teams that just can't pitch in Omaha, or a whole lot of teams that just can't hit in Omaha, or a whole lot of teams that just cannot play defense in Omaha. They don't make it consistently. So we got to do a good job of that stuff. And as crazy as it sounds, here on, I guess, May 19th or whatever the date is today, to still be talking about doing the routine stuff well, that's still what it comes down to.
Well,
still what it comes down to.
You look around college baseball, though, and it's not as though anybody other than maybe 2 or 3 teams have really mastered that. I'm not saying it's an epidemic of bad baseball. I don't mean that. I just mean that every team out there's got a flaw or two.
There's not really one. The super teams that existed the last couple of years, there just really isn't one of those. Right. I think in our league, as far as from what I've seen, Georgia's the best team, top to bottom. But even they've got flaws. Like, they've got some stuff that they have to figure out too. It's not like that's a perfect team. UCLA is wire to wire number 1 team in the country, but they don't have their number 1 pitcher pitching. Like, it's like there's a lot of stuff that's just crazy out there. And the postseason, like, as wild as the regular season, wait till the postseason. If you want to see some wild stuff, wait till that regional round. Like, anything can happen. Like, there's no team that you just like, let's pencil them in Omaha automatic, because everybody's got some chink in the armor. And I think it makes it exciting, doesn't it? Like, I know that nobody thinks it's like exciting for most people is just you win all your games by 15 runs. That's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But exciting is going to be what you're about to watch here. Like, the SEC tournament is drunk, man. It's crazy. It's like it's nuts every year. And then this year's regional round, and I hope we're on the right side of it, is going to be crazy. Like there will not be chalk in the regionals.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, you're going to see more fluctuation with that than I think we've ever seen.
And that's like, do you host? Do you not host? And I know you guys you're going to just play. And I heard Coach Van Horn talk about this, like staying hooked up. You mentioned it a minute ago. I mean, how do you? It probably sounds obvious, but what does that mean for you guys? Is staying hooked up?
Yeah, that's a great question. Like, and a great thing, and it's hard to answer, but I'll do my best. I think that when you talk about being hooked up at the beginning of the year, hooked up is prepared, right? Hooked up is ready to go on day one. And hooked up still means that you're out there playing a team game, fighting for some individual goals because they're still in front of you. And hooked up in the middle of the season means reevaluating where you're at individually, but still trying to figure out how to help the team. And hooked up at the end of the season is putting all your individual goals in the trash and playing with the last thing the team controls how long they can play together. And once you start to the postseason and you get to the end of the season, that's the last thing the team can control. You like the draft is whatever at this point. You're going to get picked where you get picked. You know, the all-conference teams have come out. You either made them or you didn't. Your batting average isn't going to go up or down 70 points in the next 3 weeks. Your ERA is not going to be 2 runs lower or 2 runs higher in the next 3 weeks. And what you can do is get to Omaha because you got your foot in the door and you're in the dance. That's what you can do. So I think that remaining hooked up is keeping your eyes on that prize and letting the other ones, they already happened. Like they're already over. There's nothing you can do about that individual stuff anymore. And if a team gets really involved in what's individualistic right now, then they're not hooked up and they're not together. And our job as coaches is to make sure that our team still realizes that the one thing that you talked about playing for at the beginning of the season is the last thing that's left on the table. And you can control that however you want. Like whether we play at home, we play on the road, whether we're a 1, 2, 3, or 4 seed, who cares? Who cares? Who cares if they send us somewhere, who cares where they send us? And if we're hooked up and our eyes are on our team goals, then it don't matter where you send us, wherever you want. Like we'll go there and hook it up with anybody.
He's Matt Hobbs, Arkansas's pitching coach. And, Coach, it's always great to catch up with you. That was great stuff. Always enjoy it. We really wish you well in Hoover/Birmingham. Look forward to seeing where you're going in the postseason. Good luck this week.
Thanks. We'll need it. And obviously, like, good luck to the softball team as they move on. You know, I know that you guys have Coach Deifel coming on a little bit later. She's the best coach in the country, and you know we're rooting for them to punch through the door and get to Oklahoma City this year.
That's awesome.
Thanks,
Coach.
Matt.
All the best to you. Not a better guest right there. How about Matt Hobbs? Isn't he great?
He is
Always love having him on. Hey, all this being brought to you in part by Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. I got engaged there. They help with the wedding bands. They help with your story. Like when you go through life and you have a moment, anniversary, something to celebrate, you're marking a milestone, Blakeman's is going to help you remember it forever. We talked about it back on Mom's Day. Might be for Father's Day, some timepiece. Blakeman's is an incredible experience, and it's the customer service that you'll appreciate and the relationship that they build with you to help you achieve and get exactly what you want. They'll help you mark your milestones. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, where Arkansas gets engaged, and they're more than jewelry. They're about your story.
Be talking down to people, Bart.
I am going to talk down to people when they're wrong.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, here's a Memorial Day sales offer you don't want to miss. Up to $14,000 off MSRP at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Save up to $14,000 when you buy a new 2026 Chevy Silverado. But don't wait. This offer's only good during the Memorial Day sales event at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive. Log on to ChevroletofFayetteville.com for complete details.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
About
Well,
because we
that's
don't
all I
want
wanted to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Baseball taught me teamwork, dedication, and the power of community. That's why I'm teaming up with Pascal ProPath to give back to charities that give every kid a chance to play. And right now you can pitch in. For every Pascal member signed up today through the end of May, Pascal will donate a portion of every membership to give back to youth sports. Become a member today, help give back in a big way. Pitch in with Pascal ProPath and help support kids in your community. Join today at pascalpropath.org.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me, Bo, over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
There's nothing like a day at the ballpark.
Cold Yingling Lager, first pitch. That's how you start it right.
From the oldest brewery in America, it's smooth, balanced, and built for baseball.
But you know how it gets out there. That Arkansas sun's no joke.
That's why you bring a backup plan.
Yingling Light Lager, crisp, refreshing, and ready when the heat kicks in.
Start with lager,
switch to light lager,
and stay cool from the first pitch to the final out. Proud sponsor of the Arkansas Razorback.
DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Chuck and I have been doing radio our entire lives. We've been doing shows like this our entire lives. But I feel like we've been having these same conversations for 30 years, Chuck. And it is basically, how do we win at football?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
One of the things that I love about the baseball coaching staff is they'll just tell you the truth. If you gave me, like, if I was going to be a beat reporter and you gave me one sport to cover, I'd just cover that, because they're going to tell you what's going on. I mean, Matt Hobbs was so honest about this year. And by the end of it, though, he's talking to us like he talks to the team.
I know.
And you're ready to go play.
I know. He was getting fired up there at the end.
And so here's what hooked up looks like. It takes all your personal goals and throw them in the trash. Like, we just all have to stick around and see how many more games we can play together.
I've always believed that honesty and that directness from baseball guys is baseball is such a routine game. And that's why when you say things like make the routine play, things like that, it sounds simple. There's nothing romantic about it. Baseball coaches live that day-to-day life. You better not get too high. You better not get too low. Don't feel too good about yourself today because you're about 9 hours away from having to do it again. Or if you just got your butt kicked, hey, you're 9 hours away from getting a chance to redeem yourself. You've got to remain on that even keel. And honesty's part of remaining on that even keel. Otherwise you have wild emotion swings, and that's a death knell for a baseball team. So, Hobbs is good. Van Horn's that way. I always said that I could do a 4-minute pregame show with Van Horn and learn more in 4 minutes from him than you could learn about the football or basketball program in a season's worth of pregame shows. And that's nothing against those guys, the other coaches. It's just that that it just lends itself to that game.
Always been so direct.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
By the way, the team will play tomorrow night, 4:30 in the afternoon, 4:30 against the winner of the Tennessee-South Carolina game. Hunter Dietz, first team All-SEC.
Good for him.
He came on strong. 3 Razorbacks earned All-SEC honors. Ethan McIlvain garnered second team, while Ryder Helfrich was named to the All-Defensive team. It's been a weird year.
because there hasn't been what he called, some of these super teams. Like LSU had 31 players taken off their team last year, the last 2 years, that are now playing pro ball. And you can see it. Like, you can't get it all back just like that in the portal.
I think the portal's got something to do with this. I think teams are hastily thrown together in some instances, and I think that leads to a lack of winning baseball, as Matt put it. I'm not talking about necessarily within our league, but I think there's probably a handful of teams in our league that were kind of.
Well, when you're talking
thrown
about
together.
the routine and how you drill those fundamentals and all that, being in that system for 3 years versus being in for a few months.
That's right.
Can make a difference depending on where you came from. Well, Courtney Deifel may just have her best team to make a super regional or to make the College World Series. This is their fourth super regional under her direction, and she'll join us the fifth. Bart put up 5 fingers. Yeah. If you did that in a track meet in North Carolina, you would be DQ'd. We'll get into that next hour, too. This is outrageous. Courtney Deifel next.
I love talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, and Bo's latest selling experience is a perfect example of why. Within 5 minutes of listing his home, Bo had a showing, and just 2 days later, he had an offer. And just like my own experience with them, they took care of everything from start to finish. That's what you get when you work with a trained real estate professional. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, has been turning houses into homes since 1978, serving Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and Branson. For more information, log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
Arkansas fans know that some things are just timeless, like a spring afternoon at Baum Walker or the roar you only hear at Bud Walton. Our friends at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry believe your milestone should be just as enduring as the Razorback spirit. They've spent over 35 years helping fans celebrate their big moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. Whether you're marking a graduation, an anniversary, or just a big Saturday in the SEC, let their teams help you find that perfect piece. This spring, go big, go bold, and go to Blakeman's in the heart of Pinnacle Hills.
Hey, it's Bo, and it seems like every day somebody else is asking me about the Sweat 'N 'em Edge. It's real. It's a new me. It can be a new you. It's completely changed my energy level and my exercise gains. My mind's clearer. I sleep better. Life's just more enjoyable. If you get drained in the afternoon, or maybe you just can't shake that weight, do what I did. Take the Sweat 'N 'em Edge. It's a free consultation. You get your results, and they'll give you a game plan. Just search the Sweat 'N 'em Edge or log on to sweatnumcosmetic.com.
Interviews, highlights, behind-the-scenes access, and so much more. Varsity Vibe is your go-to for high school athletics in Arkansas. Learn the stories of coaches and players in our Varsity Vibe podcast. See the biggest plays and the best performances highlighted on our social media platforms. And if newsletters are more your style, we've got that too. High school sports at your fingertips. Varsity Vibe, elevating the game.
I don't want Lane Kiffin at LSU. I want weird stuff going on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas fans know that some things are just timeless, like a spring afternoon at Baum Walker or the roar you only hear at Bud Walton. Our friends at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry believe your milestone should be just as enduring as the Razorback spirit. They've spent over 35 years helping fans celebrate their big moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. Whether you're marking a graduation, an anniversary, or just a big Saturday in the SEC, let their teams help you find that perfect piece. This spring, go big, go bold, and go to Blakeman's in the heart of Pinnacle Hills.
We talk a lot about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that
that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I do think that there is value in this because, look, I don't know how else to say it. As you build, if you're struggling, as you struggle, all of those things. Sometimes it's better to do it with kids from your own backyard than it is with kids that nobody knows anything about, because you root for kids from your own backyard. And that's one of the things, it's one of the reasons that I think it's important for all programs to sign in-state kids. And I know the portal is going to determine a lot of programs' fates. Maybe Arkansas is one of them. I don't know. But you got to have that core. I also think it grows the game, and it makes it fashionable. Now, you can say, well, it's football. I mean, what are you talking about? Football is already, you don't need to grow football anymore. I think you need to grow the idea that high school football players in Arkansas can go play for the Razorbacks. That's what a generation grew up believing. And I'm not saying it hasn't always been true. The truth is, it has always been that way. But I think the public perception perhaps has changed in that regard. And I think what he's doing there is good. Now, look, if you go out there and you're full of in-state kids and you're, nothing changes, maybe that's not the way to go. But I honestly think, Bart, what he's doing right now, I think long term, I think this benefits a lot of people. I'll just put it that way.
Hey, it's Bo. Thanks for tuning in. Hang out with Chuck and I every weekday morning from 6 to 9 a.m. live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Would you like to go on a float trip with me this weekend?
No.
That would be a great way to
You
cap
and I
off
would,
summer.
if we were to go on a float trip together, we might not be as close of friends when we got back. I've been on float trips with people I care about. There's generally a fight at some point. I mean, there's going to be a fight.
Well, I think what would have to happen is we would have to be in our own kayaks for this to work.
Maybe different rivers, too.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm at my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Well, it's Tuesday, and Friday will be, at this point, 3 hours from the first pitch of the Super Regional.
That's right. That's an early start.
Yeah, it
11.
It is an early
Bart's
start.
pointed that out.
He has, and he doesn't much like it, but we're all going to be there watching and excited for the Razorback softball team to see what they can do with Duke in the best of 2-3 format with a chance to go to the College World Series on the line. Courtney Deifel, head coach, 5 Super Regionals as the women's head coach here. Coach, good morning. Thanks for making time for us.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
I know the coach answer is we'll play whatever time they tell us to play, but we've been complaining about the 11 a.m. start. Bart's figured out every way they could move the game. He's called ESPN. It's not happening.
Send an email.
But what was that like for you, or what is it like to play at 11 a.m. to open the Super Regional?
Yeah, Bart's complained enough for all of us. No, I'm just kidding.
That's his job.
Yeah. I honestly, our fans are so great. I think they're going to show up anyway. And so for me, it's like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I'd obviously love to play at night under the lights at Bogle, but 11 a.m., you don't have to wait. You just get to get after it. And I know our fans are going to show up. So it is coach speak, and I mean it. We're fine anytime they schedule us.
You are so dominant in the play last weekend. How do you carry that over into this weekend? I know it's a simple question, and it's not always easy to do.
Well, I think it's just taking the confidence from this weekend and just the collective nature in which we played, which that's always our goal, obviously. But it's a new challenge ahead of us. It's obviously a different format, so it's kind of back to that SEC format of just trying to line it up and beat them twice. And so it's a lot more targeted prep, and I don't know. It's just like it's going to be a good balance. We're in a really good mindset, and now we just get to prep for one team. So we'll carry that through. We know we have to create our own momentum again, and it's a new challenge ahead of us, and they're up for it.
What does Duke bring in? I know they had to win 2 games. They were facing elimination just to get to this point. What are you facing in the Duke softball team?
Well, they flat swing it, and if you look at their offensive numbers, they're crazy explosive. They're fast. They like to put a lot of things in motion. And then they have a staff that they use and kind of alternate quite a bit. So you're going to have to make a lot of quick adjustments. They're going to challenge you on defense. So it's a really fast-paced, dynamic style, and so we'll start prepping for that today.
When you get in a super regional, what you talked about the format changing. Like from a approach standpoint, what's the biggest difference, though, just in the way that your team's approaching the game than the regional last weekend?
Well, you just have the one team instead of getting ready for 3 and not sure who you're going to play. Like, we know who we're going to play. We're going to have to line it up. We can dig in a little bit more on their pitchers and, just one lineup you're facing. And so it's always, creating that balance of being loose and confident and free swinging and all of those things of just really trusting your stuff. Like last week, it was prepping for 3 teams and really honing in on what we do really well. And so it's carrying that into this weekend with more targeted prep.
You got the big hit from, I guess it was Carly that had one of the big hits over the weekend. Those moments, big hits, big outs, big pitches. There are going to be 3-4 moments in every ball game. The teams that meet those moments, so to speak, are those the ones that make it?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. The ones that have that big timely hitting, but also the ones that just stay steady and do what they do really well. And I feel like we did that on the defensive side, and then we had those really big moments on the offensive side, and a lot of in between. We did a really good job all weekend of just taking our walks and being disciplined and then being ready to go when it showed up. And so I was really pleased with how we played throughout. But yeah, those big moments are momentum changers, and Carly had some, Dakota Kennedy had some, Italia Rijo came through with some big hits, Reagan Johnson set the table, Brinley Bain. I just everyone was so productive and locked in this weekend. It was great.
You guys played so great. You're the only team that ruled the entire regional. Congratulations on that. I know that's behind you now. How do you keep the approach from changing? You talk about like taking the pitches you're supposed to take or doing these things. Like, what is it about our human nature and athletes' nature when you get in a bigger, as the moment gets bigger, how do you keep it from getting bigger?
I think that's always the challenge. And I think that's what this team's done really well all year is just really being in the present. And you have to really work at that. Like, you can get caught up of, looking in the what ifs or anything ahead or behind. And this team's done such a good job of just really, challenging themselves to stay present. We've had a schedule that could get them outside of that. And we've had a lot of big moments this year. We've had a lot of big series. And they've done a really good job of just really being present and staying the course. And so we have that in our toolkit to go back to. And it's going to be a challenge this weekend because, there's a lot on the line, but this team's ready for it, and they've been poised all year.
So we would really like to help out, Coach, in any way we can.
Okay.
And I don't know
You're
how.
gonna give us some run? What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna explain. So I think it's gonna require me taking the rest of the week off because I was gone last week on my honeymoon. Chuck and Bart had thank you. Chuck and Bart had Carly Davidson on the show last week, and then she had a huge weekend. So
Not coincidental, I don't think.
Yeah, they think it was because she was on the show. So I can leave for the rest of the week, and then you can determine who you want to have on the show that maybe we can help get going.
Now, Bo's making up the part about leaving for the rest of the week. We didn't say that part.
Yeah.
But we did say, I wonder who Courtney would like to have on the show this week. Who does she need big production from?
Can we just cycle through like all of them? Can we do that?
There you go.
That'd be nice.
There you go. We'll just go through the lineup.
Do that.
We'll just go through the lineup.
Yeah.
Coach, I know you're going to get asked this question a million times, but what you've done at Arkansas, we've talked about it a lot, and it's been well documented. You've built this program to something it never had before, and you've hit marks as the head coach, and everybody within your program I know has contributed to that haven't ever been hit here before, and all kinds of records. And then one thing you want, everybody wants, is to go to the College World Series, and that's what super regionals are for. And we kind of touched on this about approach, but like, how do you keep it from becoming about that, or do you just make it about that?
Well, I think that's always our sights have been set on that, for a few years now, and so what's on the line when you get into this weekend, and what this schedule has done with this team is got them ready for that moment. They've played in a lot of big moments, and they want it, and sometimes you can want it too much, and sometimes the narrative is very heavy. And so it's just continuing to, pour confidence into them and know that they are ready for that moment. They have worked all season. They've worked their butts off all season for that moment, and to just trust themselves and really just play freely.
I've had people say when they see you interviewed after games, boy, I really like her. I like her demeanor. How would you describe, and I know this is not something new for you, but for somebody that might not have seen a lot of you or your team, how would you describe yourself as a coach?
Well, first, that's kind. I think I'm just genuinely me. I'm just authentic. And so throughout the recruiting process, the day-to-day, you know exactly what you're going to get from me. And it's just, you're going to get my whole heart, like it or not. Like, this is me, like it or not. And so that's how we are with every day, just not just me, but my staff. And there's a lot to be said for just consistency and being able to rely on what to expect from your staff. And I don't know. I love our players. I love my staff. I love what I do. And I love the Razorbacks. And hopefully that pours out of me every time I get to represent.
It does.
Yeah, it does. And you can tell it from your team. And we look forward to watching you guys play on Friday. I'm excited. Personally, I'm excited about the 11 a.m. game because I
love a day game. I love a day game. I am too.
And I got to tell you,
Doesn't
man,
interfere with nap time.
Sometimes just sitting around waiting for the event to get there just takes a little bit out of you. He's just antsy and anxious. And
get up and go.
Coach, can we come over there and do the show from like the dugout on Friday morning? Would that be, or would we be in the way?
The dugout might be pushing it a little bit,
Okay.
but, we could set you up in the berm or up in the, press box.
How about on top of the dugout?
Yeah.
I guess you guys do come early. Nothing.
Yeah, we'll be done at 9.
Yeah, we'll be done by 9.
We'll be done at 9. What time's BP on
Never
Friday
even
morning?
know we were there.
I think we'll start getting there around 8, or might
Okay.
be pushing it a little
All
bit.
right. Well, maybe we'll do this again around 8 on Friday. Hey, honestly, congrats on the success, the year you guys have had, and good luck this weekend, Coach. We look forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Me too.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Coach. Good luck.
Courtney Deifel, they'll play Duke Friday morning at 11 a.m. And then at 4 o'clock on Saturday will be game 2. And if needed, the deciding game will be Sunday at a time to be determined. Bart, your thoughts? We were talking softball, so we had to go get your thoughts. In the Chevy Fayetteville Situation Room, here now is, we should have brought this up. Here now is Bart Pullman, who is?
Shout out, Bart, softball guy.
Yeah, guys, look, it's going to be a fun weekend.
Did it take your breath away?
It's left him stunned.
The whole event.
No, I was looking up something. Duke and Arkansas both played around 30 non-conference games this year, including the postseason. Duke's actually played 32. Arkansas's played exactly 30. Duke 22-10 in non-conference games. Arkansas 29-1 in non-conference games this year. This is a team that has been through the toughest schedule in the country, that has played the toughest teams in the country and played well against the toughest teams in the country. Duke can really swing it and really score some runs. But Arkansas's pitching is going to be the difference this weekend. Arkansas's bats are going to score plenty. They had a great weekend last weekend. I think that'll continue. And look, I think this might just be Friday, Saturday. Let's go to Oklahoma City situation.
Okay.
Wow.
I like
it. This team is just, they're built different. They're very well balanced. They have a lot of depth in the lineup and from a pitching perspective, and that's going to carry them this weekend. And they're going to be making their first trip to Oklahoma City.
I want this for Courtney Deifel. I want it for the team, but I want it for Bart.
Yeah,
I want it for Bart. Win it for Bart.
And all the other people that have been on this bandwagon for quite some time.
I mean, this is the
fun.
guy. I mean,
Listen.
gets into it with the LSU people. He's the guy that carries the banner.
If you haven't been, I mean this, and I'm going. If you haven't been, you're missing it. I mean, it's fun.
True.
It is fun.
That's very true.
I mean, I've gotten to where I'm watching the games when they're on my phone or on TV, wherever it is. I mean, I was watching.
We were at Oaklawn watching. Watching the Texas series,
and they are balanced. Like it's not like
anybody in the lineup can get a 1 through 9 can get a big hit at any moment.
Bart, will you be Arkansas's host in Oklahoma City? I mean, just host us all. I mean, just explain just be Arkansas's host.
That's usually Matt Zimmerman's
role.
role.
But I think you take that role when it comes to softball. Z's Arkansas's guest. You need to be Arkansas's host.
He's part of the circus. You're
Right.
the host.
That's right.
Let's see. Bart's in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Always a great deal at Chevy of Fayetteville, but it's about the people, right, Chuck?
It is about the people. That's why they've been doing it so long. And, they do have a great selection, and that's part of it. I mean, you want to have a great selection. You're going to get a great deal. That's a given, too. You can get a great deal at a lot of places. But you don't get service everywhere like you do at Chevrolet of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park. The great selection, the great service, and the way they treat you after the sale, that's what keeps you coming back. That's why they've been around for over 25 years.
$14,000 off Chuck's truck right now.
That's right.
Except the newest model, the 26 Chevy Silverado. Chuck and Bo Show, it's 8:17. What's today? It's Tuesday. I'm glad you asked. Good morning. I didn't know what Bart had on his mind this morning.
He's got a lot of thoughts today, and you people are going to listen to every one of them.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acura, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me, Bo, over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
This is Chuck Barrett, and I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye Associates for my recent cataract surgery. They took great care of me. You have to have good vision to be the voice of the Razorbacks, and I'm glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye. I learned patients of all ages have a lot of options when it comes to modern surgery to reduce or even eliminate your eyeglasses. They've been taking care of patients for over 50 years, and that says a lot. So for your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at mcdonaldeye.com.
Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Customer service is a buzzword. People just throw it out there. What is it to you? Showing up when you say you're going to show up, returning phone calls, providing the service that you promised to provide. Because, I mean, if we're all asking to get paid for what we're doing, we need to do what we're getting paid for. And do it with a good attitude and being responsible, not only responsible to show up, but responsible to the relationship.
A relationship you can count on from Clay Maxey and the folks at Teamwork Roofing and Construction. TeamworkBuilt.com. Built on quality, powered by teamwork. You know, fine jewelry is about more than just a beautiful piece. It's about the experience of finding it. I did that with Blakeman's. They are the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Blakeman's has been Northwest Arkansas's trusted destination for exceptional jewelry, providing our community with over 35 years of personalized service, world-class diamonds, and crafted custom pieces. Discover the difference of a true luxury experience at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers. Blakeman's, where Arkansas gets engaged.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
Imagine raising your family somewhere safe, welcoming, and genuinely beautiful, where the kids have room to roam, the neighbors know your name, and the weekends are spent on the golf course, the lake, or the trails. That's Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home, Arkansas, a vibrant community with year-round events for all ages, world-class outdoor recreation, and brand new home sites now available for families ready to put down roots. Small town, big life. Visit BigCreekGolf.com today and get more info.
Never miss a moment of the show thanks to the Chuck and Bo Show on Demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, I just want to say we need to appreciate Mort a little more because Mort know what the hell he's talking about. Boy, you bad, boy.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You are bad, boy. 8:22. The Chuck and Bo Show. I got to ask you guys a question. You mind? Could I just ask? Could I have a moment?
Ask.
Everybody's banging on this Brendan Sorsby kid. This poor kid. Gambling kid. The quarterback was the number one
Young
portal guy.
Leicester.
Number one gambling reference. Number one portal quarterback goes to Texas Tech. Next thing you know, we hear about all this gambling stuff. Can you guys tell me, like, have you seen anything that indicates that he was gambling as late as last year, you know, on college football or anything like that? I have some questions.
I think they're still investigating.
But you haven't seen any definitive reports of that, right? Like this is
no.
So like when it first came out, I thought, oh, this guy's just gambling every day. It's all this stuff. It's a whole deal.
Apparently it was for a while.
I just wonder if most of it is back like early in his career before he was ever playing. Like when he wasn't getting any reps as a quarterback in Indiana. This is well before Kurt Signetti got there. And he's been a little bit of a journeyman. I don't remember if he
no, he was definitely betting when he was at Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah. They've got all kinds of stuff on him when he was at Cincinnati.
Okay. Yeah. Was he betting on college football games at Cincinnati?
What are we driving at here?
What I'm driving at is
he's
five.
a good kid.
Most of these bets were like $5 to $50 from one of the stories I read yesterday, and he's betting on like I don't know, Turkish something or other, and cricket, and the guy's just like out there being a kid. And my question is, if that's the case, versus this guy's betting thousands of dollars on a college football game. In other words, he's got nothing to do with outcomes. $5 to $50 is not anything to do with outcomes that he's betting on. My question,
I'm the wrong guy to ask this.
my question is, does it change anything about the way you feel about whether he should be able to play college football anymore? No. If there was no evidence of any sort that he wagered any sort of large amount that would win him. He wasn't doing it for the money. He was doing it for fun, and also that he didn't impact any games. Would it change the way anybody feels about it?
No, the rule is very clear. If you wager on your team, you are ruled permanently ineligible. It doesn't matter if you're playing or not. If you wager on your team, you are permanently ineligible.
Okay, so did he?
Pete Rose was banned for his life.
We're not talking about Pete Rose.
No, but it's the same.
I disagree.
6 degrees of Pete Rose.
It's the same thing.
Okay, Bart. When you were 18 years old, when you were a freshman in college, did you make a mistake that you should be banned for the rest of your life for?
No.
So you followed every rule. You never did anything that would have gotten you in trouble. And that would change your entire life.
There was never an instance where I ever broke a rule that gets you permanently banned, where the punishment is permanent expulsion or ban or anything like that.
Were there any rules? Were there any rules that would do that in your college life?
Well, sure.
Like what?
Cheating. There are all sorts of things. There are all sorts of rules that'll get you kicked out.
We're not talking about cheating. We're talking about kids making 18-year-old mistakes every day. My point is, this to me is there is some consideration here about an 18-year-old doing something they didn't really know what they were doing, that didn't have any impact on games, it didn't change games, and wasn't trying to get rich. He was just being a dumb kid. Should that end your career?
Well,
if you're betting, it's very distinct, right? Betting on your own team rules you permanently ineligible. Betting on other sports, there is a punishment, but it's not like complete loss of eligibility. So yes, like he should be banned. Like his career should be over.
I just don't have that sort of hard stance on it. But I asked the question, and you gave me the answer. So
I said I'm the wrong guy to ask.
You are the wrong guy to ask.
I dealt with the.
That is very fair.
Rose,
you are the
everything
wrong
goes back to Pete Rose for Bart.
I mean,
it does, and I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying it's
apples
true.
to apples. It is.
No, it's not. And I'll tell you why it's not. Because one was a grown man with all kinds of knowledge and experience and a career, and one was 18 years old, 19 years old.
But he knew the
whatever.
rules.
You know what?
He knew the rules.
But knowing
there's a consequence.
Great. That's what I mean.
Rules on betting in sports are a little bit different, though, than some of the other rules.
They are today, but 3 years ago, this wasn't the same.
They were then, too. There have been don't bet on game signs in locker rooms since the beginning of games.
I've never seen one at the University of Arkansas, ever.
Well,
I've never seen one at Oklahoma State. Never saw one at Alabama.
I hear you, and your desire to forgive a young person is commendable. And I broke rules when I was 18, and you know what? I suffered the consequences for them. The idea that I got off scot-free for breaking rules at 18, no, I didn't, and neither did you, and neither did Bart or Edward or Riley. We broke rules. We paid the consequences for it. Now, did it ruin our lives? Well, hopefully not. But he knew the rules. Now, I don't think he should be cast out of society, and I'm not saying that, his life should be ruined. But the rules are very clear, and he knew that, and he opted to do something else. And we put 19-year-olds and 18-year-olds in prison every day. That's just a fact of life. And so, I'm not as quick to condemn him for life as a lot of people are.
No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm not saying you are, but he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing, and he knew what he was doing would come with consequences.
He's going to go on in all likelihood and play in the NFL and have a career, but I'm sorry, man. Like, you bet on your own team.
Well, here's people say, well, if you bet on your own team to win, what's the problem? All right. If you just place one bet on your team to win, that's not the problem. What happens is when, and most people that gamble, I mean, everybody tells you about how much they win. They never tell you about how much they lose. Most of the time, you know, if you're a problem gambler like he was, you end up losing more than you win. And whether you bet on your team to win or lose. And that's when you're susceptible to throwing one game to clear everything up. That's why Pete Rose was in such a hot situation. It wasn't that he bet on the Reds to win. It's what happens when you're down $300,000 and your guy says, if you'll lose tonight, you're clear. That's where the danger comes in.
That's a problem.
That's where the danger comes in, and that's why you have to punish people.
I don't think you can compare any of it whatsoever to the Pete Rose situation. I think it's completely different. But I understand and I appreciate the discussion, and I see where you're coming from. Bart's a rule follower, and thinks that, you know, everybody you should pay. But gambling today, what we've done with gambling, it's like literally as common as having a beer. And when you're 18, 19 years old, this is the last thing I'll say about it. We can move on. Is you might know something. You have no idea the impact. You have no idea the actual how massive the mistake you're making is. And there are college kids betting all over the place, athletes, every single day with one click on a button on their phone. And now we're going to say,
now they are getting caught.
But what I'm saying is, like, there's got to be, for me, there's some consideration when it came to this guy on whether he was doing something like that was just wildly wrong or he just made a simple mistake and did something he wasn't supposed to do. And
500 times.
Yeah. I mean, like, I just don't, I don't understand why there should be any sympathy for him. Like,
I think you can have sympathy for him. I do have sympathy for him. I think he's a dumb kid. I think Bo's right. I think he's a dumb kid.
Certainly.
Just like I was at that age. If all the things these kids have at their disposal, I had at my disposal when I was 18, we wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Amen.
I guarantee you that.
Sure, I understand.
So I'm not going to cast stones, but unfortunately for him, he broke a rule that is considered a sacred rule in sports. You can't break a sacred rule and say, I was just a kid.
What's also funny
it just doesn't work that way.
I agree. What's also funny about that is how all the adults are breaking a whole bunch of rules right now, paying all kinds of things they're not supposed to be paying. So we can go,
that's why I'm
we're
not
going to
casting
take
stones.
one guy and be like, well, he can't play.
I'm not casting stones.
And I'm not saying it's the wrong decision. I just thought it was an interesting discussion. So thank you for the indulgence.
Yeah.
Hey, you can have discussions, friends, neighbors, wonderful walks in the neighborhood, 18 holes of golf, beautiful Ozarks, rivers, lakes. It's called Mountain Home Arkansas. And for the first time in 20 years, they've got new construction with brand new home sites right on the golf course. Premium properties in a welcoming community surrounded by the natural beauty of the Ozarks at a price that might surprise you. Go big and go home. BigCreekGolf.com. Get more information there. That's BigCreekGolf.com. 8:32 on a Tuesday. Are we a bunch of idiots or what?
Yes. Yes, we are. Yes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more. And they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and when it comes to a roof or remodel, let me recommend Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Here's Teamwork COO Brett Husky on what you can expect.
We're going to be there when we say we're going to be there. We're going to have really high-quality people that are going to be there that are extremely talented at what they do. You're going to get more than what you bargained for.
And Teamwork Roofing and Construction now offers financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by teamwork. There's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
For every million people, we've got 2 NFL players.
Yeah, that's really bad. Among the worst in the country.
It'd be something to speak at to an elementary class about doing whatever you want. Hey, listen.
We've got, what, 310 million people in
You could
Arkansas?
be one of the 6.
310.
You want to be one of the 6? Get started today. Push-ups. Let's go.
That's about right.
Meanwhile, Mississippi, a state with a smaller population than Arkansas, has about 14 NFL players per million people. So dug into the numbers
Less
a little
competition in Arkansas if you want to grow up an NFL player.
Yeah. In the 1970s, Arkansas produced 42 NFL players. In the 1980s, 44. In the 1990s, 33. In the 2000s, 32. In the 2010s, 27. And so far in this decade, which is more than half over, 12. That's the ball game right there.
Sports are part of a small town's identity, not just in Arkansas, but throughout the South, throughout our country. When you lose that, your town loses an identity, and over time you lose hope. And I realize I'm getting in some areas people don't like getting into, and I'll live with that. But I've just watched it, and it is a byproduct. And I'm going to tell you something Ryan Silverfield's doing that I like. I like the fact that he's signing in-state kids. I don't know if they're any better than the out-of-state kids. I have no idea. We'll find out when they get here. But I think it's important for high school football players in our state to feel like they can come play for the Razorbacks. I think that's important. I think it's important for towns to see that. It's part of their identity. It's part of who they are. And you never know when one of them is going to produce the next Traylon Burks or somebody like that, or Darren McFadden or someone. But you got to put yourself in a position to get those kids and to have them out there in the first place.
I appreciate you saying all that. There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Roger and the team are always there to help.
I love it. I've been doing this for 53 years, and one of the things I love most about it is our customers. Part of what makes me love the retail business is just the interaction with my customers.
Macadoodle, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Oakland is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oakland Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know. The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
I'd like to go to Augusta National.
I would like.
Never been.
I like how you say it better too. Augusta. It's phonetically pleasing.
Well, I strive to be phonetic.
I know you do.
It's one of my goals every morning.
It's a good one.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I just want to fast forward to the weekend. I mean, it's only Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. We got
big Memorial Day weekend.
We got Memorial Day weekend. We got softball. Got the SEC baseball tournament going on. Let's Let's just skip to the end of the week. Could we do that?
Let's do it.
Would you guys mind?
Let's do it. Let's just.
Fine by me.
You know what?
I'll see you guys on Friday.
Let's not. Let's wait. Well, go. You guys can take off. I was off, so you guys can just have out of here tomorrow. Somebody push the button.
Yeah. See ya.
Y'all can peace out. I don't want to waste time away. We still got a Wednesday and a Thursday to just embrace, soak up. Who knows what might come up tomorrow, for example. What do you guys want to talk about next? How about this track team? This thing, there's more and more information that have come out about this. And,
that thing in Florida?
No, North Carolina.
North Carolina, where the guy raised his hand at the tape. And this is like your pet issue.
I just think it's interesting.
I sort of gathered that from the multiple tweets yesterday, or the multiple text messages yesterday, that you found this to be an interesting story.
So you guys don't find it interesting?
Well, not as interesting as you do, but it is an interesting story.
All right, well, let's talk about something else.
Do you remember when I sent one thing about the Spurs in the text, and then you berated me on air about sending crap and spam in the text message? I think that's kind of how everyone feels about the track story.
Okay. That's cool. Let's move on.
No, it's a good story.
Well, I thought
I'm just kidding.
I think this.
I
is
know
like
what you were going to point out.
I think one is far different from the other. One's like a national conversation talking point that if you get on social media, it's viral.
Oh.
With the track program getting taken away, their
Bo is a champion for justice. Above all other things, Bo is a champion for justice.
I do think we should play the clip from the coach.
Why?
Because I think that was supplementary.
Why would we play that?
Because it's an interesting
This
story.
is like completely irrelevant.
Super interesting.
No, but it's apparently not.
Well, I think what you sent it.
Why don't
interesting.
here? Let's have you do it, so then it's okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you set it up?
Make it interesting.
Why don't you set it up?
This
Make
is your
it
thing.
interesting.
This is your thing.
It's not my thing. Good mercy.
Let's hear from the coach.
We send stuff in the group every day.
I wasn't commenting on whether or not I thought your point was well made. I just was commenting on the fact that obviously interests you. I mean, you are a crusader on this particular issue.
I don't.
And apparently, there have been some investigators who have looked into this. And as you pointed out to us, there have been other athletes that made the same sort of gestures, breaking the tape, and they were not stripped of a state championship. And therefore, you want to know why.
I don't think that's true. I just find it fascinating that they were robbed of the state championship for no apparent reason.
Well, it was an apparent reason. You just disagree with the reasoning.
The Charlotte Observer reviewed hundreds of images at the state finals and found dozens of athletes celebrating by raising one hand or two hands. Some pointed to the wrist. One held up three fingers to celebrate winning 3 straight state titles. Several others held their arms outstretched while looking directly at the group of camera people sitting behind the finish line that Brown did, the athlete in question. What none of this says, I will just say this for full transparency, what none of this says or none of these photos show is if the players were warned after that and then did it again.
This guy wasn't. That's the update. Here's his coach.
Well, that's
All
what
right,
the coach
play
says.
Play it.
I do want to get out there that he was not warned. I know that's the message that people want to say, well, if he was warned before, why did he do something again? He was never warned. He was never given a personal message to say, don't do this again. We're watching you. Never.
But never mind. None of this is interesting.
He says that while the meat officials say that he was. So it's very much a he said situation.
He said
they took a state championship away because the guy put 5 fingers up running across the finish line. I mean, like, what are we talking about here? And now they've come out and shown all these things. This is an update to the story that we had yesterday. 8:42.
Well, if you're not outraged by this, it's just not going to happen.
I just like I don't know, man. I think I fall back to what I was saying yesterday on it. That like,
what did you say?
Well, like if he was warned, which the coach says he wasn't, the meat officials say he was. There's no proving one way or another what actually happened. If he was warned and he did it again, that's on him. If he wasn't warned, that's on the meat officials.
Should he have been DQ'd? Yes or no, Bart?
I think it's a bad rule. I think it's a bad rule.
That's not answering the question.
I
yes
understand
or
that.
no, DQ'd.
If
you want to say yes, just
I
say
do want to
it.
say yes, because like if
disqualify that kid. Get him out of here.
That's not what I'm.
Get that punk out of here. Raising five fingers at the tape like that.
See, I think it's egregious that is the rule. Like, no, like it's ridiculous that should happen. It's ridiculous.
Have a Yingling and discuss among yourselves.
Let's pop open a beer and have a little more
95 calories, tastes like a Yingling, but it's the next generation of light beer. All the taste without all the calories. Brewed from America's oldest brewery. Today is the day that we point out it's Older Americans Month. Back in a moment. I mean, look, this is what we do. We heal the hurting. We touch the hearts. We talk about the things that matter to people.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. FSbank.com, member FDIC.
There's nothing like a day at the pulp.
Cold Yingling Lager. First pitch. That's how you start it right.
From the oldest brewery in America. It's smooth, balanced, and built for baseball.
But you know how it gets out there. That Arkansas sun's no joke.
That's why you bring a backup plan.
Yingling Light Lager. Crisp, refreshing, and ready when the heat kicks in.
Start with lager.
Switch to Light Lager.
And stay cool from the first pitch to the final out. Proud sponsor of the Arkansas Razorback.
DG Yingling & Son. Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Olympic gold medalists, world record holders, national champions, and more. Watch the greatest track and field athletes in the world compete in Fayetteville for the 2026 NCAA Outdoor Track and Field First Rounds, May 27th through 30th. Witness greatness as world-class athletes look to punch their ticket to the NCAA Championships on campus at John McDonnell Field. Secure your tickets today at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
You know, I love talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, and Bo's latest selling experience is a perfect example of why. Within 5 minutes of listing his home, Bo had a showing, and just 2 days later, he had an offer. And just like my own experience with them, they took care of everything from start to finish. That's what you get when you work with a trained real estate professional. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, has been turning houses into homes since 1978, serving Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and Branson. For more information, log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
There's no better place to watch a game than Walk On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, catch all the summer sports action while you cool off with mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus burgers, ice-cold draft beers, and cocktails made for hot days. Incredible food, outstanding service, and a game day atmosphere that never takes a season off. Visit one of the 5 locations across Arkansas today, including Rogers and Fayetteville. Walk On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Baseball taught me teamwork, dedication, and the power of community. That's why I'm teaming up with Paschal ProPath to give back to charities that give every kid a chance to play. And right now you can pitch in. For every Paschal member signed up today through the end of May, Paschal will donate a portion of every membership to give back to youth sports. Become a member today, help give back in a big way. Pitch in with Paschal ProPath and help support kids in your community. Join today at PaschalProPath.org.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me, Bo, over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
There's nothing like a day at the bullpen.
Cold Yingling Lager, first pitch. That's how you start it right.
From the oldest brewery in America, it's smooth, balanced, and built for baseball.
But you know how it gets out there. That Arkansas sun's no joke.
That's why you bring a backup plan.
Yingling Light Lager, crisp, refreshing, and ready when the heat kicks in.
Start with lager,
switch to light lager,
and stay cool from the first pitch to the final out. Proud sponsor of the Arkansas Razorback.
DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple. If you listen closely, you can actually hear society crumbling. If you listen closely.
You can.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The breaking weather update is brought to you by Oaklawn. While live racing season at Oaklawn has concluded, the action never stops at Arkansas's only casino resort. Boats and Bucks giveaway, casino promotion going on. The grand prize giveaways this Saturday, May 23rd. So come play your way at Oaklawn and come join the fun and get registered to win. They got a big party barge and a trailer they're giving away from Future Marine. They've got a concert on July 17th. Sawyer Brown. Go to Oaklawn.com. Get all the details.
Wow, I didn't know Sawyer Brown was still out there. Either. I saw them years
you
and
didn't
years
know
ago.
Rick Springfield was still out there either. Guy looked 70-something going on 42.
Hey, he's still rocking.
I sent you all a picture, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah,
you
it
did.
was pretty wild. I was like, there's no way. There's no way.
It does look nasty out there, though, Bart.
It is getting nasty, Bart. What's happening?
Yeah, so this is as of 8:42 this morning. Radar indicates strong thunderstorms along a line extending from 3 miles northeast of Pea Ridge to 3 miles northwest of Fayetteville. Movement east at 40 miles an hour. The main hazards with this storm, wind gusts of up to 50 miles an hour and dime to penny size hail. So secure your trash cans, folks.
What should we do? Bart, would you tell the audience, the viewers out there, what should we do in this situation?
Run for your life. Run for your lives.
Do we stay at home? Do we get under our desk? Do we stay vigilant? Just be aware.
Put your car in the garage if you got one. You know. Or,
what if you don't?
Well.
Save yourself.
You put blankets.
Abandon your personal belongings.
If you have nowhere to go, find a ditch. Find a ditch and jump in a ditch. That's what they say. If
you have a football helmet, wear it when you're outside.
Put it on. Walk around with that on.
If you come in with a football helmet on tomorrow, I'll give you $5.
I don't own one.
It could be. It'd be
Does
a
that go
great
for
start
everybody
to
in the room?
I don't know. Maybe. Why don't we all wear football helmets tomorrow? By the way, this show
trying to cash in.
The way things have gone today, we might be doing like the Oklahoma drill in the middle in here.
Have a middle.
Oh no!
Break the rules. No, breaking the rules. Break the rules. No.
Yeah, it was a great show up until the last 30 minutes.
It's been the best part of the show. What are you talking about?
What's been wrong with the last 30 minutes?
Nothing.
Testy's fine.
I know.
I mean, not everything's supposed to be like, harmonious.
Yeah, let's talk about Edward now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got his Wembanyama shirt on over there.
Go Spurs.
Yeah. What a great player.
He is a great player.
What a great player. I hope he never gets traded.
He and Edwards' game's very similar. I've never actually seen Edward play, but hearing him describe it, very similar.
Stat
to,
lines. The stat
Wemby
lines are
numbers,
with the similarities.
Very
Yeah, imagine a
similar.
5'9" Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah,
Imagine. At some point, and probably not today, but it's probably something for tomorrow, because we're about out of time. We need to talk about LSU, like just blatantly signing pro players
Yeah,
who have
oh,
not,
yeah.
who
$5
have not,
million bucks.
who have not played
Yeah,
college
we
basketball
need to talk
in
about
years.
that guy.
Like,
he was a second-round draft pick in 2020.
They just got another one.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Now that's breaking the rules.
International player?
No, you remember R.J. Lewis?
Oh, wow.
From St. John's?
R.J. Lewis.
Wow.
You remember Chris Jackson?
Yes.
Yeah, he's coming back. Shaq is actually
Mahmoud Abdul Rauf.
Clarence
Remember
Seaver.
him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garrett Temple III
Yeah.
is,
All right.
Stromile
is going to play with Garrett Temple IV.
That's funny. Yeah. Garrett Temple the third and fourth.
Yeah.
So what in the world? He got drafted in 2020, played
Look.
4 years professionally.
Is anybody shocked that Will Wade is openly breaking rules?
Hey.
Got to get players, man.
Openly breaking rules, Will Wade.
LSU's a factor now. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, they are.
Well, hey, you know what?
He will literally go to the ends of the earth. He's proven that.
You know what? If this 5x5 rule gets passed here in the next month or so, none of these guys can play at LSU.
And what do they do with the money that was promised them?
Well, I guess go find some scrubs because
No,
you're not
I
gonna be
mean,
able to-
like, I'm serious. I wonder what
You got to
happens
get him in
with,
before that rule passes.
with like if they, when they sign the contract, is it contingent on this? You would think so,
Yeah, I would think so.
but
I would think so.
you know that's the thing. You see all these numbers and you wonder like, are the contracts actually completely fulfilled, or is that an annual thing? Or if this happens, you get all this, but you only get a part of that. And maybe that like the G Leaguer our starving G Leaguer
Charles.
I can never forget his name. It's mine, Charles.
That's right.
Call him by his first name,
That's
Bo.
right.
He's a real person.
That's right.
It's
Address him by his name.
It's Charles.
Say his name, Bo. Say his name.
He's my adopted son, Charles. Somebody has to take. By the way, there's been zero updates on this poor human
Yeah.
that Nate Oates was advocating for. Can somebody please check on him?
R.J.
They
Lewis
kicked him to the
had a two-way deal in the NBA. He can't play college
Yes,
basketball.
he can.
LSU Tiger, baby.
Baseball taught me teamwork, dedication, and the power of community. That's why I'm teaming up with Pascal ProPath to give back to charities that give every kid a chance to play. And right now you can pitch in. For every Pascal member signed up today through the end of May, Pascal will donate a portion of every membership